It's Tuesday, February 17th.
These are eye-watering numbers in terms of investment into defense, and yet there's still a distinct lack of detail.
Experts are hoping for those details when the government unveils its new $6.6 billion national defense strategy today.
Here, we have the tremendous opportunity to start to work in this direction.
Canadian officials are in Mexico City talking trade ahead of a planned review of CUSMA with the U.S.
It's a defining moment for the history of this rivalry.
The U.S. has the momentum. Canada has history on its side. The arch rivals once again meet for hockey gold in women's hockey. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Janelle Lippi. Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
I have this working theory that Keeleen dislikes you. Because every time she books a week stretch off and you have to fill in, something catastrophic coming our way.
It's so true, but Kayleen and I love each other forever and always. But we are expecting to see that snow this week, which is unfortunate.
Loves you how much? 25 to 35 centimeters worth. Get ready.
And that's a lot.
It's coming our way. Forecast in just a minute. Let's get to that high-powered Canadian delegation landing in Mexico on Monday for the largest trade mission to Mexico in decades. The goal is to lock in stronger bilateral ties as U.S. President Donald Trump threatens to rip up the trade agreement, and comes as Ottawa is naming a new chief trade negotiator to take on Washington. Rachel Aiello leads us off.
Hundreds of delegates representing businesses and key sectors across Canada are taking part in the biggest trade mission to Mexico in decades.
Here, we have the tremendous opportunity to start to work in this direction.
Led by Minister Dominic LeBlanc, Canadians are meeting with Mexican government officials, policy experts, and industry leaders to forge new alliances.
It's a long time coming. This is an opportunity to go well beyond where we have been.
But the mission is also an opportunity to strategize ahead of this year's mandatory review of the Canada-United States-Mexico agreement. Given President Donald Trump's threats to tear up the trilateral trade pact, a deal that has shielded most Canadian and Mexican commerce from tariffs, Team Canada is looking at bilateral relations with Mexico in new light.
We haven't actually leaned in to what CUSMA, our trade agreement, affords us, and we just have not invested in building the relationships or educating ourselves or connecting those businesses.
Merchandise trade between Canada and Mexico has increased 12-fold since the original NAFTA came into force. But business leaders see potential to gain more market access.
We have some really cool meetings set up.
It's important for us to be here on the ground and see if there's potential for our producers to expand their export to Mexico.
With that joint CUSMA review coming in July, the Prime Minister announced today longtime senior public servant Janice Charette will become Canada's next chief trade negotiator to the United States. Charette will work alongside Mark Wiseman, Canada's ambassador to the U.S., who just started in D.C. this week.
Of course, she's an incredibly experienced and seasoned bureaucrat and diplomat. This is exactly what we need.
Reacting to Charette's appointment, the Conservatives disagreed, saying what Canadian workers need is a deal and not another negotiator.
Nuclear talks between the U.S. and Iran are underway in Geneva this morning.
So I'll be involved in those talks indirectly, and they'll be very important. We'll see what can happen. It's been typically Iran's a very tough negotiator. They're good negotiators, or bad negotiators. I would say they're bad negotiators.
U.S. President Donald Trump won't be there, but his son-in-law Jared Kushner and U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff will be. The Trump administration is looking for a deal to limit Iran's nuclear program and ensure it doesn't develop weapons. Meanwhile, on Sunday, Iran's deputy foreign minister signaled they could be open to compromise on the nuclear issue, but they also want the U.S. sanctions to be eased. These talks come after repeated U.S. threats against Iran during their deadly crackdown on anti-government protests. Nearly 1,000 people took part in a march in Saskatoon on Saturday calling for an end to the Iranian regime. Many protesters carried the pre-1979 flag before the Islamic Republic came to power.
So I think the most important thing for everyone here today is that they can echo the voices inside Iran, that they are heard, and that we have media coverage, we have political attention to what is happening in Iran. What they care about is getting the message out.
The event started with a march on College Drive, ending with a rally at Civic Square. A ski resort in Western Quebec reopening today after a young girl was killed there last week on a school trip.
Same goal. We want to know what happened that day.
This happened at Centre Volage Ski Resort. Police in Western Quebec will work with Ontario's coroner to investigate the death of a 13-year-old Ottawa girl. Her family shared the news of her death on Sunday. First responders say a piece of her clothing got caught in the chairlift at the top of the hill as she was getting off. She was dangling from the chair and too high above the ground for anyone to rescue her. By the time she reached the bottom of the hill, she was not breathing. Breaking news this morning, ABC News confirming Jesse Jackson, the Reverend, has died after more than 4 decades standing tall as a towering figure in the civil rights movement, rising to prominence in the 1960s alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His life dedicated to civil rights during some of America's most turbulent times. Karen Travers with a look at his life and legacy.
Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.
For Reverend Jesse Jackson, hope was much more than a word. It was a mission. Born to a single mother in South Carolina, he was ordained in 1968. As a young man, Jackson was deeply involved with the fight for civil rights. He worked for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, headed by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Jackson was at the Memphis Hotel on the night of April 4th, 1968, when King was assassinated. Jackson may be best known for his presidential campaigns, running as a Democrat in 1984 and 1988. His Rainbow Coalition surprised the political world by winning several primaries. However, Jackson's legacy was marred by controversy. In 1984, he famously referred to New York City as Hymietown. He later apologized. In 2001, it was revealed he'd had an affair with a staffer, which resulted in the birth of a daughter, and that he'd paid the child's mother thousands of dollars out of his group's coffers. And Jackson's relationship with President Barack Obama was a tempestuous one. While he supported the president's 2008 campaign, an open mic caught Jackson criticizing the candidate. Still, on election night, Jackson had tears in his eyes as President Obama took the stage. In his later years, Jackson worked to secure the release of hostages from the Middle East and was a vocal critic of the war in Iraq. Throughout it all, Jackson never ceased reminding the poor and the marginalized that they too had a voice.
I am somebody. I am somebody.
Karen Travers, ABC News.
And Robert Duvall has died.
They shot Sonny on the causeway. He's dead.
Duvall's career spanned 6 decades. He won an Oscar for portraying a country singer in the 1983 movie Tender Mercies. He really did sing in that movie, but he's probably best known for his role in The Godfather. According to a statement sent on his behalf of his wife, he died peacefully at his home in Virginia on Sunday. Robert Duvall was 95. All aboard the Model Railroad Show, rolling into Saskatoon over the weekend at Prairieland Park. Train enthusiasts excited to show their creations, and oh boy, do they look cool. Hundreds of visitors excited to see them all. Trains of all different makes, models, and mediums are on display to mark 41 years of the show in Saskatoon. Let's hear from an organizer.
Each year it continues to grow, and you know the hobby is also growing as each year goes by. They continue to get more intricate and more detailed, so the younger generation is starting to get a little bit more interested in it as well.
This is the largest show in history, 45 different displays. Stock sports, the Regina Pats are suddenly red hot in Monday's tilt with the Swift Current Broncos. Was wild.
And now Pantelakis has a lane to the net. He's going to break away and scores.
The Broncos led 5-3 after the first period, then squandered it. Game was tied at 6, so they go all the way to a shootout. There's Maddox Schultz going in, scoring to keep it going. Liam Pugh on his 16th birthday. Pew makes no mistake. Skip ahead, Sawyer Dingman, son of longtime NHLer Chris Dingman, with a nice move. Zach Lansard putting Regina ahead right here with this rocket. Low glove. And then Merrick Schlenker turning aside. Trey Wilkie finally putting an end to this game. Make the final 7-6. Pats win a wild one.
Breaks in and drives the inside. Wide to his left. Jacobson through traffic off a couple of bodies. They score!
Speaking of teams on a streak, the Brandon Wheat Kings have suddenly won 4 in a row of their own. On Monday, they built up a 2-0 lead over the Saskatoon Blades, held on for a 3-2 victory. Blades winless in their last 2.
And the Warriors, Semenuk on a 2-on-1 with Thorpe. Semenuk cross-ice feed for Thorpe, but he can't get the shot away. He's down too low. Puck comes loose out front. Trefny denied by the pad of Orszalak. On a hit between a couple of...
Michael Orszalak turned aside all 21 shots he faced as the Prince Albert Raiders shut out the Moose Jaw Warriors 6-0. The Raiders really spread out their offense. 6 goals off the sticks of 6 different skaters. The Raiders are the first in the East and have clinched a playoff spot. That's not the big story on the day. 15 to 35 centimeters of snow. That's the big number?
Yes, it is. We are expecting to see that come today. So again, those wintry conditions are finally reappearing. But first, let's take a look here at our morning view. Currently -3 here in Regina. Already starting to see those clouds begin to accumulate. Over to Saskatoon now, -10. Again, seeing some of that snowfall. Now that is expected to start for a portion of Saskatchewan here this morning. Let's take a look at our future cast and break this down a little bit. So here is our system of snow we are expecting to see. This is tonight around 6 p.m. But again, that snow is supposed to be coming earlier. We are at that orange snowfall warning, meaning heavy snowfall is expected for this morning for western Saskatchewan and this afternoon for eastern. By Thursday morning, we could be seeing anywhere from 25 to 35 centimeters. So be cautious on those drives if you're heading out anywhere this week, because those road conditions could be quite slick. Now for our current temperatures, Buffalo Narrows -20, Stony Rapids -36, South End -29, Spiritwood -17, Hudson Bay -18, the Battlefords -14, East End at 0 degrees, Weyburn -3, Yorkton -13, and Estevan -4. Now for our highs today throughout the province, the Battlefords will be seeing about -13, Prince Albert -14, Yorkton -8, Estevan and Weyburn 0, Moose Jaw -1 along with Swift Current. And as you can see here, that snow is province-wide. Now for our 7-day forecast here in Regina, -3 is our high for today, -9 tonight as our low. Again, seeing that snow sticking around today and into Wednesday as well. -11 tomorrow, -22 is the low. Now Thursday, again, we will be seeing anywhere from that 25 to 35 centimeters of snow, but we won't be seeing snow for Thursday. Those temperatures are cooling down, though, comparable to last week. -20 on Thursday for the high. Friday, -17, and over the weekend, we'll be seeing a little bit more sunshine. -15 on Saturday and -16 on Sunday. Over to Saskatoon, -8 as today's high, -13 as the low. Again, seeing that snow sticking around into tomorrow as well. -14 as that high and -26 in the night. Now on Thursday, -22. Again, still seeing quite a bit of snow, but we aren't expecting to see those scattered flurries continue into Thursday. Friday, we'll be hitting about -19 and in Saskatoon. Saturday, -18 and Sunday, -19, still seeing some sunshine.
In a study of over 100,000 people, researchers found that children with higher weight who reached the recommended weight range by early adulthood had no extra risk of developing heart disease later on. The highest risk was seen in those who added extra pounds during puberty, even if they were slim in early childhood. This suggests the timing of body changes may matter just as much as the numbers on the scale. Published in the Journal of the American Medical Association's Pediatrics, this study points to a clear takeaway, which are supporting good lifestyle habits like diet, exercise, and sleep through adolescence. It could be the key to reducing your heart risk down the line. With this Medical Minute, I'm Michelle Franzen.
Health Report, brought to you in part by SEIU West, Saskatchewan's first healthcare union.
In case you missed it, Lunar New Year festivities ushering in the Year of the Horse have kicked off around the globe. The snow market in Moscow features red and gold traditional Chinese lanterns, as well as panda and horse figures. Meanwhile, in Dubai, a spectacular light show lit up the world's tallest building in Burj Khalifa. Today marks the beginning of the Lunar New Year.
Oh boy, look at the things they can do, right?
Isn't it beautiful?
Project images on different places.
I love stuff like this.
So if you are celebrating,
yes,
have a wonderful day.
Yes.
We are also celebrating Shrove Tuesday, also known as Pancake Tuesday. Question of the day revolves around breakfast.
Yeah. So our question today is, what do you like on your pancakes?
Yeah.
Daryl?
We have an argument in our house over syrup. I like the old-fashioned Aunt Jemima, and my wife is French-Canadian. She wants true tapped from a maple tree.
Yeah.
Where do you fall?
I'm a big artificial syrup gal.
Okay, take that, Sarah.
But we also want to hear from you. Maybe give us some ideas on what we could try on our pancakes.
As we panic.
As we panic because we ate too many pancakes.
That's right.
You can text your name and answer to 10400. Standard message rates may apply, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. Let us know what you like on your pancakes. And as we head to break, let's take a look at Regina.
Welcome inside the Sports Center newsroom. Adam Scully here with your must-see moment from Monday. And for it, we're heading to Kelowna for some WHL action. Tri-City Americans taking on the Rockets. Second period, Tri-City 2-on-1. Check out the save by Josh Bonini. Highway robbery. Bonini showing off his acrobatic moves to get across, making the highlight reel save. That is your must-see moment from Monday. Tuesday on TSN, you can see men's NCAA basketball when North Carolina visits NC State. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Back to work for the Toronto Blue Jays as they try to avenge their World Series loss a year ago. From training camp, here's Sean Latham.
The team that Canada fell in love with is back. The first full day of workouts at spring training for the Toronto Blue Jays, and fans are gathering here in Dunedin just for a glimpse.
Still have the high of the World Series, the playoffs.
Anticipation and a lot of hope for the season.
You know, there's always hope, and so it's a new hope.
The last time fans saw this team together on the field was the heartbreaking extra innings loss in Game 7 of the World Series. Claudia Sanders came down from Toronto and is one of many fans who see this as a sequel to 2025.
When you lose, you learn a lot, and you come back even harder.
Jackie Ferraro and her kids are Blue Jays fans from South Florida who were inspired by what they saw last year.
It was a very emotional season. They were super, we had the highs with them and the lows with them. We were rooting them on every single day.
But now is the beginning of a new season, and the team has added new players like early fan favorite Japanese star Kazuma Okamoto.
I think he's really intriguing. I'm hoping that the power that he showed over in Japan is going to translate.
While the experience of last season has moved some players into the spotlight.
What got you about the Blue Jays?
Ernie Clement. Yeah, pretty much.
Players like Ernie Clement and Addison Barger are expected to play a bigger role, as being defending American League champions comes with expectations.
I love the expectations. That's why we do it. And I think the guys we've talked about it so much in the off season. It's nice to see everyone, really. It kind of just gets you back to what you were doing at a really, really high level last year.
The team's leader, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., is now the longest tenured Blue Jay and says he's confident this team can produce.
I think it's going to be more fun, but I'm actually more happy than last year. I mean, for whatever reason, I'm happy and I'm feeling great. I have good feelings about this year, and I know we're capable to do a lot of good things.
And while the team beat expectations last year, now the fans want more.
Maybe make it back to the World Series, dominate the Dodgers.
Just win it all. We want it all.
But today is just day one, with a long road back. So while today was full of hope with a bit of nostalgia, reality hits on Saturday when the Blue Jays start their preseason here at TD Ballpark in Dunedin. Sean Latham, CTV News.
School Day Forecast is brought to you by CAA School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zone safe. In Regina, by the time you get onto the bus, -3. By about lunchtime, -5, and starting to see that snowfall. And about 3 p.m. final bell, -3. Over to Saskatoon, by the time you get onto the bus, -10. And by noon, -9. And that final bell, -8, seeing that snow. Let's take a look at today's gas prices. In Regina, the common cost to fill up is $127.9. You can find regular fuel for as low as $102.9, and in Saskatoon, the common cost is $124.9, and the lowest you might find is $116.9. Taking a look at the farm markets, the street price of canola is $614.13 per ton. The futures price is $663.50 per ton. Amber durum wheat is $278.59 per ton, and red spring wheat is $256.58 per ton. And the Canadian dollar begins the day trading at 73.45 cents US. After the break, the results are in. Find out which vehicle took home the title of Car of the Year.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday. We are pre-snow, but it's apparently on its way. Janelle will have your forecast in just a minute. We begin in news in Tumbler Ridge, BC, where school portables are arriving as they prepare to resume classes at the town's high school 1 week after a deadly mass shooting. 5 students and a teacher were shot and killed at the school last Tuesday. The shooter also killed their mother and half-brother at their family home. The RCMP has completed its investigation at the school, so the secondary school has been turned back over to the local school district. No timeline for when school will resume there. A shooting in Rhode Island during a youth hockey game has left 3 people dead, including the shooter.
We had several people in the building, so we are talking to them. So we're trying to put together the story and the timeline of what happened.
Police in Pawtucket say the shooting appears to have been targeted and say there may have been a family dispute. Police say the shooter died of an apparent self-inflicted injury. 3 other people remain in hospital in critical condition. The police chief has identified the shooter as Robert Dorgan, who also went by the name Roberta Esposito. The other 2 people were killed, have not been identified, but police say it appears both were adults. Federal rebates for electric vehicles are back for cars assembled in Canada and countries with free trade agreements.
Every little bit helps. I'm not going to go play, that's for sure.
After a year-long pause, anyone buying or leasing an EV will get a $5,000 rebate or up to $2,500 for a plug-in hybrid model, but it only applies to vehicles that cost less than $50,000 unless they're made in Canada. The motivation behind the rebate is to make the Canadian auto industry both less reliant on gas-powered vehicles but also less dependent on the U.S. The Canadian Car of the Year award has been announced last week at the auto show in Toronto, and the Honda Civic hung on to the title for the 2nd straight year. The other big winners include the Hyundai Palisade for Utility Vehicle of the Year, and the Porsche Taycan picked up the Canadian Electric Car of the Year award. Hockey officials in Saskatoon blowing the whistle on parents behaving badly. Video of one recent minor hockey game shows a parent taking to the ice in the middle of a game. Alison Bamford has more on the referees calling a timeout.
It's just not great.
A reminder of what not to do at a hockey game. This video shows a parent on the ice addressing the referee during a recent Saskatoon minor hockey game.
Didn't attack him, but was still on the ice, which is totally not what anyone should be doing.
This happened to an adult official, but referee-in-chief Clint Joyce says there are many times when the young refs, 15 and under, take the heat.
It makes me sick to my stomach when I see and hear about verbal abusing kids. It's something we're trying to figure out.
Saskatoon minor hockey has a green armband policy that identifies refs under the age of 16 with 0 tolerance for abuse, and new this season a mission statement for coaches, parents, and players to abide by.
Essentially, it was very simple. Our team will not yell at officials before the game, during the game, or after the game.
Leagues across the country face the same issue. Earlier this month, a parent in Ontario made a throat-slashing gesture toward an on-ice official. The Northern Ontario Hockey Association condemned the behavior, saying it will take appropriate steps to address these matters, which can include lifetime bans from local arenas.
We felt that we needed to send a strong message that that, it's not going to be accepted, and two, that it will be dealt with.
In Saskatoon, the Minor Hockey Association says coaches and players have come a long way in respecting officials, and the next step is to address parent behavior.
So we're not naive enough to think we're going to nail every single one of them, that they're all going to behave perfectly, but the idea is to reduce this to a bare minimum.
Under Saskatoon Minor Hockey's Parents Code of Conduct, a first-time offender must take a respect in sport course, and a second parent offense could result in the player being suspended, something they haven't had to do yet. Allison Bamford, CTV News, Saskatoon.
The 7-day Wascana Winter Festival, formerly known as Waskimo Festival, celebrating 50 years this week. It's one of the oldest winter festivals in Regina. Organizers say various winter activities used to take place on Wascana Lake. However, following a revitalization project of the lake in 2003, we know that as the Big Dig, it became unsafe to hold events, or certain ones. Now the festival includes different activities around the park known as, or such as horse-drawn carriage rides, skating, multicultural dance performances. We call it Frost.
It's funny, Regina is a traditional place. When we start doing things, we start to just try and say, hey, that's a tradition. We want to follow that. And we've seen a few festivals fall by the wayside, and we just thought, let's see if we can keep Waskimo going. We lost the Folk Fest and we lost the Fringe. We're just trying to keep a few things going here in Regina that people remember from when they were kids.
Yeah, people are encouraged to share any pictures they have from previous events on the social media page. Wintershine Saskatoon has returned for its 13th year. The week-long festival showcases a number of winter-themed events for families to stop by and enjoy. Outdoor programming features ice sculptures, a little bit of hockey there, as you see on your screen. Try out some of those activities and stay warm.
We work hard on making sure this is accessible to the large majority of our community so that people can simply come down and enjoy this space that we're providing with their families and get to know one another a little bit better.
The festival runs until Saturday with different events happening each day. Team Canada will look to add to its medal haul today on the slopes and on the ice. Laurie Blouin is the top Canadian competing in this morning's women's snowboard slopestyle final. There is a look at some of the things coming up. Czechia taking on Denmark today. The women's short program will happen. The women's team pursuit in speed skating. That's the team of Yvonne Blodin and Valerie Malte, and Isabel Weidman, defending gold medalists in the women's team pursuit. So that'll be exciting to watch. Let's get over to the medal count as we see it. Norway continues to lead with 28 total medals, 12 gold. That puts them in first. Italy trailing behind at 23. Canada down in about the 15th spot at 2 gold, 4 silver, 5 bronze for 11 total medals. We all have our firsts. Our first job, our first time riding a bike, our first time driving a car. Well, at 88 years young, one woman experienced her first plane flight, and to make it even more special, her grandson was the pilot. Katrina Lim reports.
Good morning, folks. You're welcome aboard once again on Flight 4057 with service to Chicago here.
That was the voice of First Officer Alex Shoup, an American Airlines pilot. And this is his grandma, Frances. Thanks to video provided by American Airlines, it captures the moments of the 88-year-old's first ever flight. The extra special part, Alex flew the plane his grandma rode over the weekend. But before takeoff, he made a heartwarming announcement.
And my grandma, 88 years old, she has never flown in her life. And this is her very first flight ever. So pretty special experience for me and for her.
Flying for Envoy Air, a regional carrier for American Airlines, Alex piloted Flight 4057 from La Crosse to Chicago, a short 35-minute flight. Alex's parents and brother were also on board to remember this unforgettable experience.
Very, very cool. Today's not a great day to fly. The plane's going to be delayed later on, because if we're really going to get 25 to 35 centimeters of snow, that's going to be a mess.
It's going to get snowy. We are expecting to see that 25 to 35 centimeters. So again, be careful on your morning commute for the coming days, because things are going to get a little slippery. Let's take a look over at our morning view, which is brought to you by Affinity Wealth Management. We know investing. Now let's look at this current temperature right here in Regina, -3, starting to see those clouds coming in once again. And over to Saskatoon, -10. Again, those clouds are here, and even even a little bit of snowfall starting in the Saskatoon area. Let's look over at our futurecast here where we can see that system of snow moving through the province. This is tonight about 6:30 p.m. Now, once again, we are in that orange snowfall warning. This means heavy snowfall is expected this morning for western Saskatchewan and this afternoon for eastern. By Thursday morning, we could be seeing anywhere from 25 to 35 centimeters. So this is all that snow moving through the province up until about Thursday early in the morning. For our current temperatures here, Buffalo Narrows -20, Stony Rapids -36, Spiritwood -17, along with Prince Albert, Hudson Bay -18, Swift Current -1, East End still at that 0 degree mark, Yorkton -14, Estevan -4, and Weyburn -3. Now for our highs today here in Saskatchewan, the Battleford's -13, Prince Albert -14, Swift Current -1, Estevan 0 degrees, and Yorkton -8. So we are seeing that snow throughout the province. A couple areas looking down, especially at that Weyburn area in specific, we will be seeing snow showers, again making those roads very, very icy. For our 5-day forecast here in Regina, -3 as that high, -9 is the low tonight, seeing that snow begin. Now, it will carry through into Wednesday as well, -11, -22 in the evening. Thursday, seeing the aftermath of all of that snow, so still be quite cautious on those roads. However, some sunshine peeking through. -20, seeing those temperatures cool down compared to last week, and Friday, -17. Over to Saskatoon, -8 today is the high, -13 tonight, seeing that snowfall begin this morning, and into tomorrow still seeing those scattered flurries sticking around. -14 as the high, Thursday -22, still in the aftermath of the snow. So on your morning commute or really anywhere that you're headed, check in with those highway hotlines. Make sure those road conditions are decent. On Friday, we'll be kicking off the weekend -19 and Saturday -18, finally starting to see a little bit of sunshine.
Artificial Intelligence Minister Evan Solomon is visiting Saudi Arabia and India after a trip to Germany as part of an effort to drum up new investment in Canadian tech. These stops are, quote, about broadening our trade alliances and looking for investment in great Canadian infrastructure, great Canadian technology. Solomon saying that in an interview. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney appointed a veteran public servant as his government's next chief trade negotiator with the U.S., putting her at the center of a review of the North American Trade Pact at a time of testy relations. Janice Charette has 4 decades of experience, including as High Commissioner to the UK. A new survey from BMO finds the majority of Canadians say the rising cost of living is affecting their retirement plans. 74% of respondents say inflation has raised concerns about whether they will have enough money to fund their retirement. Meanwhile, 66% say inflation is already impacting their ability to save and invest for their golden years. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
The Ram Motorsports Spectacular returns to Sasktel Centre February 21st and 22nd. 3 big shows. It's going to be so much fun. And the man on the microphone, as always, Doug Denaz, he joins us today. So first of all, great to see you again, albeit virtually.
Oh, it's so good to see you. You know, with you, that little intro that you did there, you know, with the 3 big shows, I mean, you could take over for me. We could swap jobs. What do you think?
Believe me, I think you got, you know what, we'll just leave it at that. We won't talk about that, but no one could fill your shoes or your vocal cords. Let's talk about this show, because there are going to be people out there, Doug, who maybe have never gone to a motorsports spectacular show. And so how do you describe it?
Well, Matt, I probably should do it kind of like the monster truck guy, right? You know, 7 of the biggest, baddest monster trucks on the planet. And indeed we do. We got Rockstar there, for goodness sake, who's been doing nose wheelies in the skills competition. Unbelievable. We've got mini monsters, a mom and a son fighting it out in 3 different competitions. You got to like that. Freestyle motocross with the man himself, Keith Sayers, is going to be here again. And of course, Tough Trucks, one of my very favorite motorsports events.
In the years that you have been doing this, has it changed in a significant way or incrementally?
Well, you know, gosh, I mean, I had one young lady walk up to me in Saskatoon and say, I've known you all my life. And I went, what are you talking about? And she said, I've been coming to this show for 20 years and you've been the guy. What has changed? My goodness. I mean, so many things. Freestyle motocross, for example, right? You've got one of the greatest upright rider in the world today at this show. That's the legacy style of freestyle motocross. And then you got a couple of guys who are backflipping, which is kind of the modern version. If you look at the monster trucks, they've got nitrogen gas shocks now with like 36 inches of travel. They used to have leaf spring like that are in your car. You know, so things have changed a lot technologically. And probably the greatest example of that is Marvin Anderson. He had to retire in the year 2000 because of neck injuries, and the technology of the trucks and the seats and all the braces and so on have enabled him to come back and be able to drive again. We've seen him in Saskatoon, and we'll see him again.
All right. We've got about 30 seconds left, so I'll turn it over to your magical pipes and just tell us how and when we should be coming out to see the show.
Well, you've got to come out to see it. 3 big shows, just like you said, on Saturday and Sunday. But it is the Ram Motorsports Spectacular. Excitement, passion, it's all coming at you this weekend at SaskTel Centre. How's that? Did I pass the audition?
Yes, you did. Thank you so much. Always great to talk to you. Take care, Doug, and we look forward to having you here in Saskatoon.
You got to be there.
All right, time for today's Whether or Not. So our question is, what was the Weather Girl Bandit?
That's Kayleen's nickname in high school, wasn't it?
It doesn't look like it's an option, but maybe it should be.
What do we got here?
Okay, so our options here are A, a bank robber, B, a 70s disco group,
Plausible.
C, the first female weather presenter, D, a weather predicting dog, and E, a song from the Weather Girls.
Well, a song from the Weather Girls is It's Raining Men, so it's not that. So
Okay.
we'll eliminate that right off the hop. I'm going to say it's I'm going to go right on the nose. I'm going to say it's a bank robber.
All right, well, let's take a look. And the correct answer is A. That is a bank robber. Yes. The Weather Girl Bandit is the nickname given to the woman responsible for a series of bank robberies in California in 2008. She would politely chat with bank tellers about the weather before demanding cash.
Real nice out there, 33 degrees, and hand me $3,200 in cash, please.
Very casual about it.
Jeez, just shooting the breeze.
Yes.
And not anybody in the bank.
That's right. Well, that was today's Whether or Not. It's February 17th, and we have these milestones to share with you. Happy 100th birthday to Doreen. Your family loves you very much, and they're encouraging friends and loved ones to join them on Saturday at Melville's Legion Manor Common Room to celebrate. Happy 46th birthday to Lorelei. Lots of love from your family and prior co-worker Gloria. And Ty turned 13 yesterday. Happy birthday to you. Love your family and friends. Happy 4th birthday to Olivia. Lots of love from your mom, dad, and rest of the family. Happy birthday to both Mika and Valerie. Your family loves you and hopes you have a wonderful day. And we're celebrating my own mom, Juanita, today on 30 years as an educator. You've made so many positive impacts, and we're all so proud of everything you do. Last but certainly not least, happy birthday to our very own producer, Nathan, and associate producer, Rita. Your friends, family, and all of us here at CTV Your Morning Saskatchewan hope your day is extra special.
I love that picture.
Milestones, brought to you by Harbor Landing Village, an award-winning senior care and living community in Regina.
If you have a milestone coming up, you can send us an email at yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. Please make sure to send them at least one day in advance.
What that picture, Chase, was it's producer Nathan's birthday, and Rita's looking at him like, what's wrong with this guy? What's going on?
Doesn't have cake. That's what's wrong right now.
We should have cake.
We should all have cake today. You know, cake for breakfast. That's where it's at right now. Maybe one from Sherwood Co-op Bakery, too. We're trying to crack the co-op number here. It's our final week to do so. We're going to run out of money here to put in the pot, so we're hoping to get it done sooner than later. But right now, $1,150 worth of Sherwood gift cards could be yours. 4 of the digits already guessed. They're done. You just need those final 2, and there's been guesses already for digit number 5, too, which you can see at pure country927.ca. So we're narrowing it down. Today could be your day. It's getting right here at 7 o'clock. So have us going with the iHeartRadio app and see if you can crack the co-op number.
All right, we'll see you again in an hour.
Thanks. See you then.
Beings from opposing worlds. The desire is not the problem, but the world itself.
Season 4 of Bridgerton has set up several new love matches, but will they all endure? And does this latest look at part 2 of the new season provide any clues? All will become clear when the rest of Season 4 premieres February 26th on Netflix.
I believe that humanity still has a fighting chance. I believe that you have the power to change our fate.
The fate of Terminator Zero appears to be sealed. Series creator Mattson Tomlin says Netflix has canceled the animated franchise reboot after 1 season. Tomlin posted on social media, the critical and audience reception to it was tremendous, but at the end of the day, not nearly enough people watched it.
We watched the news every night and we'd see all this conflict going on.
Here's a look at the first clip from The Ballad of Judas Priest. The documentary looks at the enduring influence of the Grammy-winning heavy metal legends. It just premiered at the Berlin International Film Festival. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
This one's for the grown-up kids. Have you ever thought about what it is your parents think about you? Oh, no. This man dropped by to see his parents and noticed this book. Yikes.
Oops.
Oh, a friend just dropped that off. That's not. Yeah,
that's not mine.
We weren't actually reading that. But, Dad, that's your bookmark. No, it's not. It's Karen's from down the street. Yeah.
Oops, that's too bad.
Oops.
You hate to see that. Okay, well, speaking of disappointing, some places have snow you can just jump into, and others you have to squint to see it.
Like the kid diving in the background, like he's trying to get out of the way of a grenade. Look at him go, I'm getting out of here!
So these kids are in Texas, and they're still having fun with their version of a snowfall, which isn't very much at all. That's a literal dusting of snow, but there's barely any. But they are bundled up, and they're playing anyway. This is how it's felt here in Regina for the longest time.
Okay, well, we'll take you from Texas all the way over to Montreal. It's 11 in the morning. Crust Sound is a Montreal cafe that hosts DJ pop-ups while they're serving up their coffee and pastries, so you can start your day by getting your heart pounding. Corey's never going to run this video. Yes, he is. There it is. Just DJing, getting your groove on, getting your coffee. Look at this. A nice little morning rave. Would you do it?
Absolutely, I would.
This is the way we should go to break. Let's all dance. You're not. Welcome to Tuesday, February 17th.
These are eye-watering numbers in terms of investment into defense, and yet there's still a distinct lack of detail.
Experts are hoping for those details when the government unveils its new $6.6 billion national defense strategy today.
And every time the scab comes off, the sore is still raw.
This morning, we are remembering U.S. civil rights leader Jesse Jackson, who died at the age of 84.
It's a defining moment for the history of this rivalry.
U.S. has the momentum. Canada has history on its side. Once again, they're going head-to-head for women's hockey Olympic gold. Stay with us. Saskatchewan, your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Janella Bai. Thank you for being back with us.
If you haven't seen our question of the day, it is Shrove Tuesday. If you're celebrating, we want to know just what you want on your pancakes. And it is also the Lunar New Year, the year of the horse.
That's right.
Saddle up and ride on into some snowfall.
Unfortunately, yes. Whew. Anywhere from 25 to 35.
But when does that start in our day?
So for a good portion, it will start this morning. However, there are parts of Saskatchewan that will see that begin into the afternoon. So that'll last about 2 days. Thursday, we're expecting to see those skies clear up.
There you go. Get your winter tires on. Don't take them off just yet, because, oh boy, it felt like spring last week. Let's get to news. We start with a high-powered Canadian delegation in Mexico City this week for one of the biggest trade missions to Mexico in decades.
It's a long time coming. This is an opportunity to go well beyond where we have been.
The Canadians are meeting with Mexican government officials, policy experts, and industry leaders with the goal of forging new alliances. It's also an opportunity to strategize ahead of this year's mandatory review of the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade agreement. The talks come after Prime Minister Mark Carney and Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum met last September, and both countries attempt to keep CUSMA intact, given U.S. President Donald Trump's threats to tear up the trilateral trade agreement. The joint CUSMA review is coming up in July, and the Prime Minister has just announced a new trade negotiator. Longtime public servant Janice Charette will become Canada's next chief trade negotiator to the U.S. Charette will work alongside Mark Wiseman, who is now Canada's ambassador to the U.S. She will also serve as a senior advisor to both the Prime Minister and Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc on the review. Canada can't rely on others for its security. That's the message that Ottawa is rolling out. A new sweeping defense strategy, betting big on homegrown production. Paul Hollingsworth reports.
The $6.6 billion defense strategy is reportedly designed to support Canadian businesses and position Canada to shift away from relying too much on the U.S. while still meeting its NATO commitments. The government also plans to add 125,000 defense jobs over the next 10 years.
These are eye-watering numbers in terms of investment into defense. And yet there's still a distinct lack of detail, although we're supposed to get more of that tomorrow.
Prime Minister Mark Carney was supposed to announce these changes last week, but it was delayed after the mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge. Former Defense Minister Peter MacKay has lingering questions as he awaits more details.
Where does the money come from? Does the money come from cuts to other departments? Does it come from a drastic increase in revenues that will be generated by sales of Canadian goods, mainly energy? Or is this all going to be more borrowed money?
125,000 defense jobs could have a major impact on Halifax.
We are home to the largest Canadian Armed Forces base in the country. We're home to the headquarters of the 5th Division of the Canadian Army, 12-wing Shearwater Air Force Base, home to the East Coast Navy.
According to this military historian, other Canadian cities would also be positioned to benefit.
Obviously, Bombardier in Quebec, London, Ontario with General Dynamics Land Systems, but Halifax has Army, Navy, Air Force defense industries all connected.
A lot of defense jobs over the next decade could also lead to some pressures. If more people move here, it could add to the housing shortage already impacting this city. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, Halifax.
Nuclear talks between the U.S. and Iran are underway in Geneva this morning.
So I'll be involved in those talks indirectly, and they'll be very important, and we'll see what can happen. It's been typically, Iran's a very tough negotiator. They're good negotiators, or bad negotiators. I would say they're bad negotiators.
U.S. President Donald Trump will not be there, but his son-in-law Jared Kushner and U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff will be. Trump administration is looking for a deal to limit Iran's nuclear program to ensure it doesn't develop weapons. Meanwhile, on Sunday, Iran's deputy foreign minister signaled they could be open to compromise, but they also want the U.S. sanctions to be eased. These talks come after repeated U.S. threats against Iran during their deadly crackdown on anti-government protests. This morning, we are learning U.S. civil rights leader Jesse Jackson has died. Jackson's family issuing a statement saying our father was a servant leader not only to our family but to the oppressed, the voiceless, and the overlooked around the world. Jackson was raised in the segregated U.S. South and went on to become a close associate of civil rights icon Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Jackson was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2017. He ran for the Democratic presidential nomination twice in '84 and '88, but never held elected office. In other news this morning, he was 84, by the way. Robert Duvall has also died.
They shot Sonny on the causeway. He's dead.
Duvall's career spanned 6 decades. He won an Oscar for portraying a country singer in the '83 movie Tender Mercies, which he really did sing in that movie, is a fun fact for you. Probably best known, though, for his work in The Godfather. According to a statement sent on the behalf of his wife, he died peacefully at home in Virginia on Sunday. Robert Duvall was 95. Regina's citywide Frost Festival features a new venue this year for events. Sierra D'Souza Butts checking it all out for us.
Kids are exploring their creativity inside an ice dome at Confederation Park.
Brings up a community and everything. I think it's fantastic to have the opportunity to have them out here.
It's one of the many activities happening at Regina's citywide Frost Festival, which features a new venue for activities this year at Mosaic Stadium.
Kids really enjoyed the snow hill here, and they all love the igloo, and then also the teepees are behind us over here as well.
The kids are loving it too. It's great weather for it and great activities that they're seeming to enjoy anyway.
Although the Winter Festival has been held in the city for the past 5 years, this is the first time organizers are using the stadium to host outdoor sport activities, including bouncy castles, winter bubble soccer, cross-country skiing, and snowshoeing. The Regina Exhibition Association Limited says the idea stemmed from wanting to maximize city facilities all year round.
We really wanted to utilize a space that gets a little bit underutilized in the winter season. This facility is so amazing, and we have such an incredible opportunity to use it in as many different ways as possible, and this seemed like a good time to try it out.
A local company, which supplied the Mega Bounce obstacle course, says it's nice to see kids and adults enjoy a bounce outside in the snow.
There for anybody. An older lady in a wheelchair, and she came and just sat on the edge of one and was having the time of her life because kids would go through and it would bounce her. So she was just and that's what we try and do. We make an experience for everybody. It doesn't matter your age or ability.
Frost Festival events are also taking place at Wascana Center, the Connexus Arts Center, and downtown, with the last weekend continuing from February 21st to 22nd. Sierra D'Souza Butts, CTV News, Regina.
The Saskatoon United Soccer Club hosting its annual youth tournament over the weekend with athletes from across Saskatchewan and Alberta at the Soccer Centre to compete to win. The event is Saskatoon's largest youth indoor soccer tournament, and an organizer says over the weekend they want to inspire next generation of athletes.
It warms your heart to see athletes from, we talk about, not only local, but right across Canada. We're all playing the same game. We all speak the same language. The kids are out here doing what they do, loving the game of soccer, and they get to meet new friends, see how different, facilities or different provinces, places, locations, clubs, teams, academies are running.
Tournament also featured a penalty kick showcase for athletes to show off a little bit. Let's talk other sports. Regina Pats suddenly red hot in Monday's tilt with the Swift Current Broncos was wild.
And now Pantelakis has a lane to the net. He's going to break away and scores.
The Broncos led 5-3 after the first period. Then they squandered it. There's the tying goal. We go off to a shootout. There's Maddox Schultz scoring to keep things going. Liam Pugh on his 16th birthday. Pew pew, they like to say that. Makes no mistake. Skip ahead Sawyer Dingman, son of longtime NHLer Chris Dingman, with a nice move there. Zach Lancer with a chance to put Regina ahead. Low glove. Boom! Buries it. Merrick Schlenker has to turn aside Trey Wilkie, and he does. The Pats win it in a wild one, 7-6, the final.
Breaks in and drives the inside. Wide to his left, Jacobson through traffic off a couple of bodies. They score!
Speaking of teams on a streak, the Brandon Wheat Kings have won 4 in a row. On Monday, they built up a 2-0 lead on the Saskatoon Blades and held on for a 3-2 victory. Blades winless in their last 2.
And the Warriors, Semenuk on a 2-on-1 with Thorpe. Semenuk cross-ice feed for Thorpe, but he can't get the shot away. He's down too low. Puck comes loose out front. Trefny denied by the pad of Orsolak. kind of hit between a couple
Good old goaltending montage. Michael Orszlak turned aside all 21 shots he faced as the Prince Albert Raiders shut out the Moose Jaw Warriors 6-0 yesterday. Raiders really spread out their offense too. 6 goals from 6 different skaters. Raiders are first in the East, and they have clinched a playoff spot. One of only 4 teams to do so far. The big news on the day, 25 to 35 centimeters of snow, which starts when?
Well, it's looking like for some areas here in Saskatchewan, that will start as early as this morning. Now, other parts this afternoon, and that is expected to last for 2 days. Now, let's take a look here at this current temperature in Regina, -3, starting to see some of those scattered flurries begin. And over in Saskatoon, -10. Again, that snowfall is slowly but surely beginning. Let's take a look at the futurecast and check when we can see this moving through the province. So here is our system of snow. This is about 7 o'clock tonight. Now, again, we still are in that orange snowfall warning, which means heavy snowfall is expected this morning for western Saskatchewan and this afternoon for eastern. And by Thursday morning, we could be seeing really anywhere from 25 to 35 centimeters. So again, we're seeing that move through the province. This is going into tomorrow, early in the morning, afternoon, and evening as well. By Thursday, we are expecting to see those skies clear up, but make sure you're checking on Highway Hotline before you're hitting those roads, because things will be a little bit slick. For our current temperatures, Buffalo Narrows -20, Stony Rapids -37, Nipawin -18, both Melfort and Hudson Bay at -17, East End -1, along with Swift Current, Weyburn and Estevan -4, Yorkton -14, and Kindersley -7. Now for our highs today in the province, Swift Current will be seeing about -1, Battleford's -13, Prince Albert -14, Yorkton -7, and Weyburn -1. Again, seeing those scattered flurries across the province for today. For our 7-day forecast here in Regina, -3 as our high today, -9 tonight for our low, seeing those flurries begin here this morning. That will lead us into Wednesday, where those flurries are sticking around. -11 is the high. Thursday, those skies are starting to clear up a little bit. Some sunshine coming out as well. -20 is that high, -27 as the low. So despite the snow starting to slow down, we are seeing those temperatures get cooler and cooler. Friday, -17, Saturday kicking off the weekend, -15, and finally starting to see some sunshine. Over to Saskatoon, -8 today, -13 as the low for tonight, seeing those snowfall begin earlier this morning here. And that'll lead us into Wednesday as well, seeing those flurries stick around with -14 as the high. Thursday, -22 and -30 as the low. Friday, -19, and Saturday we're kicking off the weekend, -18 with some sunshine. Sunday, -19 with that low of -20. Time for our rural forecast here for today. Meadow Lake seeing -18, Lloydminster -14, Kindersley -5, Wynyard -8, seeing those scattered flurries throughout the province. Leader is 0 along with East End. We've got Carlisle at -2 and Broadview -3. Now let's take a look at Kalonze, where internet plans up to 1 gig are available from SaskTel, reaching that high of about -8 here today. Again, seeing those flurries coming in. That is expected to last today and also into tomorrow as well.
For many of us, the minute boredom strikes, our first instinct is to reach for our phones. But a growing trend among Gen Z is quietly pushing back against digital habits, swapping screens for a bag full of familiar items, analog items. A trend is called the Analog Bag Challenge. Brooke Walker with how it works.
I don't even realize I'm on my phone anymore.
Meet Maddie Tolman.
I think it's probably more than I even realized.
She's Gen Z, and like so many of us, she admits she's addicted to her phone.
I go to text my mom a question, and before I know it, I'm on Instagram Reels scrolling. It's been 3 hours, and here I am still scrolling on my phone.
Sound familiar? It's something more people say they're struggling with. Now there's a new trend gaining traction, a phone-free way to stay stimulated and break digital addiction. Search the hashtag #AnalogBag to find hundreds of posts showing what's inside. Sketchbooks, knitting supplies, journals.
The goal isn't to be productive. It's to give your brain something to reach for instead of the phone.
We put the trend to the test. The Analog Bag Challenge.
Okay.
The rules? No apps, no scrolling for 2 days. Experts say breaking that habit can make a real difference.
I think a lot of it is catching on because our brains are just so tired.
Dr. Jackie Nelson explains it well.
You're more hypervigilant when you're scrolling, shifting quickly between dopamine and cortisol. So you're more on edge, your heartbeat might go a little bit faster.
Activities like crafting engage us in a different way.
Just gives more opportunity for that creative thinking, slowing down our processes, allowing our brains to rest.
I was really bored at first.
After 48 hours, we checked back in with Maddie.
By the end of the 48 hours, it was a lot easier to reach for the bag than my phone. I was journaling, or I was reading, or I was accomplishing something on my to-do list that has been waiting to get done.
The challenge didn't just change how Maddie spent her time, it changed how she felt. Something Dr. Nelson says points to a bigger issue.
The buildup of technology over time from a historical standpoint has been incredibly fast, and our brains don't know how to keep up with it.
As for Maddie, the change is more than an experiment.
I would absolutely keep going with it.
You'd keep the analog bag.
Well, the Goo Goo Dolls are coming back to Canada, including Saskatchewan, and boy, are they excited.
We're from Buffalo. It's like we're basically Canadians, you know?
Yeah.
And, I even have my, my Canada shirt on.
The band is launching a Canadian spring tour on March 19th, along with Dashboard Confessional. They'll be in Atlantic Canada for the first time in more than a decade, with shows in Halifax and Moncton. Then they're going all the way across to Victoria, Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, Winnipeg, of course, Saskatoon. Frontman John Resnick says he's looking forward to getting back on stage, especially in Canada, saying the people here are amazing. Name me your favorite Goo Goo Doll song.
Hey, that's a great question.
Probably Slide or Iris or
All of the above.
Baby's Black Balloon.
Yeah. All of those.
All of them.
I love all of those songs.
I'm sure you do. Question of the day is where we go to next. I know that concert's selling well up at SaskTel Centre. It is Shrove Tuesday, big important day, and they celebrate by eating pancakes. We asked, what do you like on your pancakes?
That's right, and we got some really great answers coming in here. We've got Karen who says, I like strawberries, whipped cream, and real maple syrup on my pancakes.
It's a shot at me from my Aunt Jemima. Debbie likes homemade choke cherry syrup on her. Sounds delicious.
That sounds really good. We've got Carrie here who says brown sugar and cream or white sugar and lemon juice.
Lemon juice. Let's keep it fresh. Peanut butter for Janet. That's her favorite topping. What else do we got?
All right, let's take a look.
Slow, dramatic change.
Yes. Okay, we've got Tanya.
Wrote us a novel. Basically says she likes choke cherry and then gave instructions on how her mom used to make it.
Yum. Everybody take note of that. That sounds delicious.
Take a screen grab right quick.
That's right.
Butter, Cool Whip. Cool Whip, if Family Guy ever taught me how to say that. Honey, syrup, peanut butter, and jam for Sheldon.
Some really, really good options here. Taylor, who says, I would like blueberries and maple syrup on my pancakes.
Strawberries, bananas, and chopped walnuts. That's nuts. For Michelle. Thanks for playing along. We got your morning mystery coming up. There's how you participate. You scan that QR code or you send us a text.
Welcome inside the Sports Center newsroom. Adam Scully here with your must-see moment from Monday. And for it, we're heading to Kelowna for some WHL action. Tri-City Americans taking on the Rockets. Second period, Tri-City 2-on-1. Check out the save by Josh Bonini. Highway robbery. Bonini showing off his acrobatic moves to get across, making the highlight reel save. That is your must-see moment from Monday. Tuesday on TSN, you can see men's NCAA basketball when North Carolina visits NC State. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Time for your Tuesday morning mystery. Just you and I get to play. We got our whiteboards. 3 clues. You can play along at home. Clue number 1. It represents energy, freedom, and rapid progress.
Okay.
Clue 2. Legend says it originally had wings and could fly, swim, and run.
Mm-hmm.
The 7th animal in the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah, I got it.
Given the, did they say it in your ear?
No, I knew it by it had wings and could fly.
Is that really? Because Pegasus? You're
like
just a big
unicorn.
Pegasus person?
Like a unicorn.
Did unicorns have wings? I don't know if they did. We're going to say horse because you're the horse. I figured that's probably the way that's going to go. It's horse. They made that one too easy. That was today's morning mystery. No schools today, Janelle, so maybe just give us some gas prices.
Studio consideration provided by Father's Furniture, specializing in quality Canadian-made furniture.
All right, here's the look at today's gas prices in Regina. The common cost to fill up is $127.9. You can find regular fuel for as low as $102.9. And in Saskatoon, the common cost is $124.9, and the lowest you might find is $116.9. Taking a look over, there we go. Let's head over to those farm markets now. The street price of canola is $614.13 per ton. The futures price is $663.50 per ton. Amber Durham wheat is $278.59 per ton, and red spring wheat is $256.58 per ton. And the Canadian dollar begins the day trading at 73.45 cents US. Still to come, the Regina Food Bank has a new interim CEO. We will introduce you.
.30, just about here on your Tuesday. Thank you for being with us. And as you wake up this morning, much of Saskatchewan under snowfall warnings of varying degrees. Environment Canada says 20 to 30 centimeters of snow expected today, tapering off Wednesday. And that, of course, is impacting the roads. And areas on this map you're seeing on your screen indicate winter driving conditions in yellow. But the blue is the important part. That is travel not recommended in and around Lloydminster. A stretch of Highway 16 included in that. Highway 4 between Glasgow and Meadow Lake. There are also some snow-covered patches in maroon on the map as well. We do expect this trend to continue as that system makes its way into the province. Travel with care, friends. Janelle has your full forecast coming up in 4 minutes. School portables, meantime, are being brought into Tumbler Ridge, BC, as they prepare to resume classes at the town's high school 1 week after that deadly mass shooting. 5 students and a teacher were shot and killed at the school last Tuesday. The shooter then killed the mother and half-brother at the family home. The RCMP has completed its investigation, they say, at the school, so they've turned the secondary school back to the school district. No timeline yet on when students will return. A shooting in Rhode Island during a youth hockey game has left 3 people dead, including the shooter.
People in the building, so we are talking to them, so we're trying to put together the story and the timeline of what happened.
A youth hockey game. Anybody else thinking, what's this world coming to? Police in Pawtucket say the shooting appears to have been targeted and say there may have been a family dispute. Police say the shooter died of an apparent self-inflicted injury. 3 people remain in hospital in critical condition. The police chief has identified the shooter as Robert Dorgett, who also went by the name of Roberta Esposito. The other 2 people who were killed have not been identified, but police say they were both adults. A boost over the weekend for Canadian EV buyers. Federal rebates are back for cars assembled in Canada and countries with free trade agreements. John Benaveli-Rao reports.
At Canada's biggest auto show this year, a lot of the focus has been on electric vehicles.
I think personally, my next vehicle will be an electric.
With automakers plugging their latest models, hoping the return of the federal rebate will rev up a bit of a sputtering market.
Every little bit helps. I'm not going to go play, that's for sure.
After a year-long pause, anyone buying or leasing an EV as of today can get a $5,000 rebate or $2,500 if it's a plug-in hybrid. The program only applies to vehicles costing less than $50,000 unless they're made in Canada. Some think that's too low, given how expensive EVs tend to be, though the number of vehicles in that price range has rapidly increased, with Transport Canada now listing more than 70 on a website. Now, while Ottawa and Beijing recently reached a deal to lower the tariffs on nearly 50,000 made-in-China EVs, none of those will qualify for the subsidy. Automakers are hoping the resumption of the rebate will put EV sales back on the road to growth. They fell from 15% of vehicle purchases in 2024 to about 9% last year.
So we're actually anticipating it to actually come back up now that the incentives are back, essentially.
Still, some potential buyers say they remain reluctant, concerned about the number of charging stations, particularly in rural areas. And some remain anxious about the range of EVs.
It's just the range in the winter time. They tend to be like 30% less.
But many told us, despite such concerns, they are open to buying one.
We'll see where it goes. But yeah, definitely looking into it.
A subsidy proponents hope will drive more demand. John Benavelli-Rouse, CTV News, Toronto.
The Canadian Car of the Year Award was announced last week at that same auto show John was just telling us about, and the Honda Civic hung on to the title for the second straight year. Other big winners include the Hyundai Palisade for Utility Vehicle of the Year and the Porsche Taycan for picking up Canadian Electric Car of the Year Award. It's the final week of the Winter Olympic Games, and Canada has more medal chances today. Here is a look at what is coming up today on your screen. Men's hockey, Czechia taking on Denmark. Women's short program is happening. Laurie Blouin is the top Canadian competing in women's snowboard slopestyle final. She was 9th after qualifying, and Marie-Philippe Poulin scored twice for Canada as they beat Switzerland 2-1, meaning Canada will take on the U.S. for gold on February 19th at 12:10 p.m. And let's take a look at the medal standings. Norway in first. Of course, the IOC rates gold the heaviest. So although they are in first with 28 medals, they are also first because of the golds. Italy in second with 23 total. Canada has 2 gold, 4 bronze, 4 silver, 5 bronze, 11 total medals as we head into action on this Tuesday. Toronto Blue Jays back in Dunedin, Florida for spring training.
I love the expectations. That's why we do it. And I think the guys we've talked about it so much in the off season. It's nice to see everyone, really. It kind of just gets you back to what you were doing.
John Schneider, the team manager, says the team isn't looking back. They're focused on how to attack 2026 and advance to the World Series for a second straight year. New additions include pitcher Dylan Cease and Japanese infielder Kazuma Okamoto, and the Jays will also be looking to manage without star slugger Bo Bichette, who signed with producer Nathan's New York Mets. First game of spring training is Saturday against the Philadelphia Phillies. Time to say farewell to the Year of the Snake. This is in Beijing, where many people gathered to celebrate the Year of the Fire Horse. Meanwhile, Vietnam marked the Lunar New Year with colorful fireworks. The Lunar New Year coincides with the first new moon of the lunar calendar. It's a 15-day festival. Each year is associated with one of the 12 signs of the Chinese zodiac. The horse symbolizes characteristics like vitality and confidence. And a winter staple has returned to Saskatoon just in time for Family Day. Hallie Mandrick reports.
Wintershine has returned to Saskatoon for its 13th year.
It's just a great positive way for the community to come together. We usually have some things that are traditional that people seem to want year after year, but we always try to introduce something new.
The week-long festival showcases a number of winter-themed events for families to stop by and enjoy. Outdoor programming features ice sculptures, games, and an ice slide for visitors to try. For those wanting to warm up, there are a number of indoor activities as well. One particular program highlighted the theme of this year's festival, Footsteps and Stories.
It's actually quite lovely to realize our footprint, animals' footprint all together, and to put them on the canvas as a total vision.
By the end of the week, this wall is intended to be full of tracks created by visitors alongside the work from the artists and residents, creating a piece of art that represents both the event and the people who visit.
So it's quite sweet to realize how people describe their identities through visual arts, through those footprints join.
The event also features a significant amount of free programming. Ali says that having no entry cost for the festival feels very important.
We work hard on making sure this is accessible to the large majority of our community so that people can simply come down and enjoy this space that we're providing with their families and get to know one another a little bit better.
Wintershines will be running until Saturday with different programming available each day. Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
What we need to know is what the conditions are like for people heading outdoors to all these things.
That's right. Well, if you're going out in the next couple of days, it's not looking great, but those skies are expected to clear up starting Thursday. Let's take a look behind me here at the Morning View, which is brought to you by Affinity Wealth Management. We know investing. Currently in Regina, -3, starting to see it get a little bit misty out there, and that will lead us into some snow starting this morning. Over to Saskatoon, -10. Again, that mist is in the air. We are expecting a good portion of Saskatchewan to see that begin starting earlier here today. Now let's look at our futurecast where we can see that system of snow moving through the province. We still are under the orange snowfall warning. This means heavy snowfall is expected this morning for western Saskatchewan and this afternoon for eastern. By Thursday morning, you could be seeing anywhere from 25 to 35 centimeters of snow. So be very careful on your commutes to work here this week because things are going to get a little slick out there. Current temperatures in the province: Buffalo Narrows -20, Spiritwood -17 along with Melfort, Nipawin -18, South End -28, Kindersley -7, Wynyard and Yorkton both at -14, Weyburn and Estevan -4, and East End -1. For our highs today, as you can see, those scattered flurries are province-wide. The Battleford seeing -13, Prince Albert -14, Yorkton -7, Weyburn -1, Moose Jaw -2. Now for our 5-day forecast right here in Regina, -3 is our high. Again, seeing those flurries start this morning. Tonight we'll be reaching that low of -9. Tomorrow, seeing those flurries continue on, -11 is that high and reaching -22 is the low that evening. Now Thursday, those skies will be clearing up, -20 though, so we are expecting to see these temperatures dip quite a bit compared to last week. Friday, -17, and Saturday, -15. Over to Saskatoon now, -8 today is that high, -13 tonight as the low. Seeing that snowfall begin here this morning, and that will continue into Wednesday as well. -14 as Wednesday's high, -26 as the low. Thursday, seeing those skies clear up with -22. Friday, plenty more sunshine, -19 though, so still bundle up, and there will be that fresh layer of snow to cool things down as well. On Saturday, we're starting the weekend with -18, a little bit of sunshine, and -28 as the low.
The incident happened on January 19th, 2026 on the 500 block of 1st Avenue East. Two men attended a business and installed card skimmers. These are hidden devices that are used by criminals to steal credit or debit card information. This is not the first time that this business has been targeted before, and other cities close to Regina have had similar incidents in recent weeks. The first suspect is described as a man with black facial hair, including a scraggly, less full beard and a mustache. He has dark eyes and hair, was average height and heavier build. He was wearing jeans, a black hoodie with the hood up. The hoodie had a logo on the chest and was also wearing a darker gray and blue plaid button-up jacket. The second suspect is described as a man with black facial hair, including a full beard and mustache, dark eyes, dark hair, slightly taller than the first suspect, and was average build. He was wearing gray sweatpants, a gray Reebok hoodie with his hood up and black strings, a dark jacket with a hood, and a logo on the one breast side.
I'm Constable Dana Adams with the Regina Police Service. Did you know that Crime Stoppers will pay up to $2,000 cash reward for information on this or any other serious crime in Regina? Callers do not have to identify themselves. Calls are not traced or recorded. In Regina, Saskatchewan and Canada, call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. That's 1-800-222-8477. You can also access our website at www.reginacrimestoppers.ca. Remember, our community suffers when you remain silent. Please report crime.
Crime Stoppers is brought to you by Leak Audiology, helping you live well with better hearing.
Regina Food Bank, lots going on over there, including the announcement of a new interim CEO. She is Evelyn Serta, and she's in studio with us this morning. Congratulations, Ev. We've done this before, but never with this title.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited.
What does it mean to you to step into this role, at least in the interim?
Well, you know, first I'm honored that I get to lead such an amazing team that we have right now, and very thankful that John has done such a good job with the organization, and you know, I kind of have to come in and keep it running. So yeah.
John Bailey, of course, moving on to a position with Economic Development in Regina, which you will start in the month of March, which is also when you start your spring drive. So you got lots coming up right now. What is the food bank in most need of right now for people serving our community?
Yeah, well, you know, the usual non-perishables, always we're looking for that. And we do have the spring food drive. We do have a matching sponsor, so we would be announcing that pretty quickly here. And, you know, like everything is welcome. $1 equals 3 meals for us.
Do the math for me on that, because people hear that all the time.
Yeah.
But they don't understand how you're able to stretch that dollar.
For sure. So because we are a larger organization, we actually have better purchasing power than you would if you actually go out and buy stuff from retail store. So it's higher prices. We get to stretch your dollars more. We're also very efficient. So out of that dollar, 92 cents go dedicated straight to cost, just because we're pretty nimble team, and yeah, we try to stretch the dollars as much as we can.
That's great. Some of the charities, you know, 50% goes to marketing and things like that.
Yeah.
You recently announced a deal with Bungie. What does this mean to you guys?
Yeah, this is awesome. So this started back when it was Viterra. So it's been about like 5 years or so, but they give us 105 tons of lentils every year, and we get to package them with a local manufacturer, Canmar. And, you know, for us, it's at least having something secure that we're going to have for families. And then we get to play around with, okay, what do we do with the additional tons that they might not be packaged, but we can create different products with it.
The cost of living is not decreasing by any stretch. Are you seeing different users than you've ever seen before?
We continuously have a lineup at the food bank, and unfortunately, we have seen more and more people that have jobs, like full-time jobs, but they just cannot make ends meet. And I mean, with prices how they are, rent, everything's going up. It's a little bit tough for a lot of people, and we're just happy to be there to provide the support that they need.
So let's help some people out. ReginaFoodBank.ca is the website. You can stop by any of their offices and drop things off. There's also some bins in some of the grocery stores that can help them out as well. ReginaFoodBank.ca for more information. Evelyn Serta, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here's what's happening in our community. A comedy night coming up February 21st. This is at St. Mary's Hall on 2020 Winnipeg Street. For tickets, email reginatrappers23@gmail.com. There's a new way to submit your community event. Visit our website, ctvregina.ca. On the top bar, you'll see Community Calendar. That's the only way to submit. Top of the website, ctvregina.ca. Click Community Calendar, and it'll be live the minute you send it.
It's February 17th, and we have these milestones to share with you. Happy 100th birthday to Doreen. Your family loves you very much, and they're encouraging friends and loved ones to join them on Saturday at Melville's Legion Manor Common Room to celebrate. Happy 46th birthday to Lorelei. Lots of love from your family and prior co-worker, Gloria. And Ty turned 13 yesterday. Happy birthday to you. Love your family and friends. Happy 4th birthday to Olivia. Lots of love from your mom, dad, and rest of the family. Happy birthday to both Mika and Valerie. Your family loves you and hopes you have a wonderful day. And we're celebrating my own mom, Juanita, today on her 30 years as an educator. You've made so many positive impacts, and we're so proud of everything you do. Last but certainly not least, happy birthday to our producer, Nathan, and associate producer, Rita. Your friends, family, and all of us here at CTV Your Morning Saskatchewan hope your day is extra special.
Milestones, brought to you by Harbor Landing Village, an award-winning senior care and living community in Regina.
If you have a milestone coming up, you can send us an email at yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. Please make sure to send them at least one day in advance.
Artificial Intelligence Minister Evan Solomon is visiting Saudi Arabia and India after a trip to Germany as part of an effort to drum up new investment in Canadian tech. These stops are, quote, about broadening our trade alliances and looking for investment in great Canadian infrastructure, great Canadian technology. Solomon saying that in an interview. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney appointed a veteran public servant as his government's next chief trade negotiator with the U.S., putting her at the center of a review of the North American Trade Pact at a time of testy relations. Janice Charette has 4 decades of experience, including as High Commissioner to the UK. A new survey from BMO finds the majority of Canadians say the rising cost of living is affecting their retirement plans. 74% of respondents say inflation has raised concerns about whether they will have enough money to fund their retirement. Meanwhile, 66% say inflation is already impacting their ability to save and invest for their golden years. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
Chase, what's going on?
We're talking mystery food here today. I can hear those like little blue creatures singing in my head. Don't you put it in your mouth. But this happened to us yesterday. We were going to go walk the dog, and there's just a bag of food on our step. It was a delivery that shouldn't have came to our house. We didn't order it. We don't know where it came from, but it was still, sealed up. We checked security cameras, and they dropped it off like an hour and a half. So we knew nobody was coming to that point. And then the debate started. It's like, do we eat the mystery food? Do we throw it away? I was voting on the side of eat it. No surprise there, but we want to know, what have you done? Do you try it? Do you toss it out? Do you get a little nervous with that? You can text over 54321.
Straight toss. But while I got you, I was perusing Facebook Marketplace yesterday, and I saw a wedding lot you're selling. You're getting rid of all your weddings. And I sent a message, is this available? You read it. You didn't write back.
I haven't read it yet. I haven't got to any of those yet. But
I'm not actually interested.
A gorgeous arch, Daryl.
Yeah.
Like you can walk in under that to work every day.
Look at this.
How special.
I don't know what I would do with the Mr. and Mrs. part, but that's fine. It's fine. If you're interested in wedding stuff, Chase has you covered.
I want my basement back. Buy this stuff.
Buy his things.
Hollywood is mourning the passing of legendary actor Robert Duvall, who passed away at the age of 95 on Monday. Duvall's widow's co-star Viola Davis posted on Instagram Threads saying, "I've always been in awe of your towering portrayals of men who were both quiet and dominating in their humanness. You were a giant. An icon."
It was like a fantasy.
Tonight, catch John and Carolyn, Love, Beauty, and Loss on ABC. The new one-hour special chronicles the relationship between John F. Kennedy Jr., the son of the 35th President of the United States, and his wife, Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. The special airs tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern and will stream tomorrow on Hulu and Disney+. Disney is the parent company of ABC, Hulu, and ABC News.
Squidward, want to hear my big news?
Let me go mark some time on my calendar.
SpongeBob is coming back to the silver screen. The SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants will premiere on Paramount Plus today. And happy birthday to Michael Jordan. The NBA Hall of Famer is 63 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Michael Jordan's 60.
Yeah.
His NASCAR team won Daytona yesterday, by the way, so he's having a great weekend.
Yeah.
Do you know what's happening in Montreal at 11 a.m.?
What?
It's this. Why wouldn't you just go into Croissant in Montreal? It's a cafe that hosts a DJ pop-up. They're serving up good vibes, pastries, coffees that are probably spilled all over people's shoes.
Yeah, this reminds me of something that our producer Nathan would accidentally have a run-in with, find himself
stumble
here.
into the middle of it, but be so deep in the middle of it that he can't actually get out.
So he has to experience the full thing, and then he'll come to work the next day and tell us about it like it was just some casual activity that happened.
He'll just want to throttle something.
Yeah.
Okay. Some places you don't have snow. Some places are like Texas. That kid diving in the background is just like he's going into home plate.
Yeah.
Like, don't tag me.
That looks like fun, though, making the most of what they've got.
Who's the one in the vibrant jacket sneaking up on, does he think? Look at this. Rainbow Skittles is coming to attack you. We're back after this. Tuesday, February 17th.
These are eye-watering numbers in terms of investment into defense, and yet there's still a distinct lack of detail.
Experts are hoping for those details when the government unveils its new $6.6 billion national defense strategy today.
And every time the scab comes off, the sewer is still raw.
This morning, remembering U.S. civil rights leader Jesse Jackson, who died at the age of 84.
It's a defining moment for the history of this rivalry.
Canada beats Switzerland. They're on to face the U.S. for Olympic gold. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Janelle Lippai. Thank you for being back with us.
It's not your name. Your name is the bearer of bad news or the abominable snow woman, because it's coming our way.
We are finally seeing these winter conditions, but they are coming in full force.
And the roads right around Lloydminster, there's a good stretch. We'll show you all of it coming up in just a minute. It's starting to get ugly out there, and it's going to get worse into Wednesday. Let's get to news. We begin with trade. A high-powered Canadian delegation landing in Mexico Monday for the largest trade mission in Mexico in decades. The goal to strengthen bilateral ties as the U.S. president threatens to rip up CUSMA, and comes as Ottawa names a new chief trade negotiator. Here's Rachel Aiello.
Hundreds of delegates representing businesses and key sectors across Canada are taking part in the biggest trade mission to Mexico in decades.
Here, we have the tremendous opportunity to start to work in this direction.
Led by Minister Dominic LeBlanc, Canadians are meeting with Mexican government officials, policy experts, and industry leaders to forge new alliances.
It's a long time coming. This is an opportunity to go well beyond where we have been.
But the mission is also an opportunity to strategize ahead of this year's mandatory review of the Canada-United States-Mexico agreement. Given President Donald Trump's threats to tear up the trilateral trade pact, a deal that has shielded most Canadian and Mexican commerce from tariffs, Team Canada is looking at bilateral relations with Mexico in new light.
We haven't actually leaned in to what CUSMA, our trade agreement, affords us, and we just have not invested in building the relationships or educating ourselves or connecting those businesses.
Merchandise trade between Canada and Mexico has increased 12-fold since the original NAFTA came into force. But business leaders see potential to gain more market access.
We have some really cool meetings set up.
It's important for us to be here on the ground and see if there's potential for our producers to expand their export to Mexico.
With that joint CUSMA review coming in July, the Prime Minister announced today longtime senior public servant Janice Charette will become Canada's next chief trade negotiator to the United States. Charette will work alongside Mark Wiseman, Canada's ambassador to the U.S., who just started in D.C. this week.
Of course, she's an incredibly experienced and seasoned bureaucrat and diplomat. This is exactly what we need.
Reacting to Charette's appointment, the Conservatives disagreed, saying what Canadian workers need is a deal and not another negotiator.
A sweeping new $6.6 billion national defense strategy will officially be unveiled this morning, and experts are waiting for more answers.
Does the money come from cuts to other departments? Does it come from a drastic increase in revenues that will be generated by sales of Canadian goods, mainly energy? Or is this all going to be more borrowed money?
Former Defense Minister Peter MacKay calls the numbers eye-watering and says he's waiting for more details. Here's what we do know. The plan is reportedly designed to support Canadian businesses. It aims to better position Canada from relying too much on the U.S. while still meeting NATO commitments. It's expected to increase defense exports by 50% and industry revenues related to defense by 240%. CTV News has learned the Canadian Navy carried out tests of a new torpedo off Vancouver Island in what the agency calls a major milestone for modernizing the fleet. The Canadian Armed Forces says the launch of the new Mark 54 torpedo took place near Nanoose Bay earlier this month. It's the first time the ordnance has been tested by our fleet. The weapon was developed by defense contractor Raytheon for the U.S. Navy and bought by the Canadian government in 2019. The $500 million acquisition includes more than 400 of the anti-submarine torpedo kits for just over $1.2 million apiece. Iran has partially shut down the strategic important Strait of Hormuz, ratcheting up tension as Washington and Tehran have just wrapped up a second round of indirect talks on Iran's nuclear program. Iranian state television reporting that the parts of the strait, the world's most important oil export route, would be closed for several hours today. This is the first time Iran has closed the waterway since the United States began threatening Iran with military action. U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner are part of the negotiations that have just wrapped up in Geneva. 2 people have been arrested in connection with flooding at the Winnipeg Police Service headquarters.
It became rapidly aware because water was pouring down the stairs, water was pouring through ceilings. It happened very quickly.
Police say 2 people entered several emergency water supply valves when in the police HQ on Saturday evening. Police now investigating how the 2 suspects got into the building and how long they were inside. They're now facing 6 counts of mischief, over $5,000 flooding the place out. Now to the deadly shooting at a high school hockey game in Rhode Island. The gunman killing 2 people, 3 other victims hospitalized. The suspect dead at the scene. Stephanie Ramos reports.
This morning, the moment nearly a dozen gunshots were fired inside a Rhode Island hockey arena. Chaos erupting just after 2:30 Monday afternoon during a high school game in Pawtucket. Investigators looking into this video showing players still on the ice. Fans first frozen in shock, then scrambling for cover. Benches clearing as teams raced across the ice away from the gunfire.
It was a bang. I thought it was a pops. I thought it was balloons at first, but it was not balloons.
The gunman killing 2 people and critically injuring 3 others.
A Good Samaritan stepped in and interjected in this scene, and that's probably what led to a swift end of this tragic event.
Investigators say the shooter, identified by police as 56-year-old Robert Dorgan, who also went by Roberta, entered the arena carrying multiple weapons, appearing to target a family member. Police say a brave bystander was able to subdue the gunman and prevent even more bloodshed. The suspect died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. His daughter telling WCVB he struggled with mental health issues. Officials confirm all student athletes were physically unharmed. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, New York.
Now to the passing of Reverend Jesse Jackson. For more than 5 decades, Jackson stood as a towering figure of the civil rights movement, rising to prominence in the 60s alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a trailblazer, 2-time presidential candidate, and fierce advocate for voting rights. ABC's Pierre Thomas reports.
This morning, the world mourning the loss of a civil rights giant.
Our flag is red, white, and blue. But our nation is rainbow. Red, yellow, brown, black, and white. We're all precious in God's sight.
Reverend Jesse Jackson was one of the most prominent politicians in the 80s and 90s, blazing the trail for generations to follow. All of his life, the Reverend Jesse Jackson preaching, exhorting, demanding justice in a quest to help his people and nation overcome.
We ain't the bottom. We the foundation.
Always marching, civil rights nonviolent soldier. There he was, shoulder to shoulder with Martin Luther King Jr. after witnessing the beatings of Bloody Sunday on television. Jackson eventually became one of the top lieutenants in the critical Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which challenged the Jim Crow South's withering oppression. A witness to history. He was there on that fateful April evening when King was struck down by an assassin's bullet. After a leadership struggle with King's successor, Reverend Ralph Abernathy, Jackson split from the SCLC and formed a new organization, People United to Save Humanity, PUSH.
Beautiful.
He broke boundaries in politics, twice running for president, first in 1984 under the banner of a rainbow coalition. In 1988, he was, for a time, the Democratic Party's frontrunner for the presidential nomination, before eventually losing the nomination to Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis.
I'd rather go down in the stirring fight than drowse to death in the sheltered shore.
At times, he was a spiritual advisor. He saw one of his hopes realized on election night in 2008 in Chicago's Grant Park.
America, I have never been more hopeful.
He wept as President-elect Barack Obama delivered his victory speech. Through it all, Jackson's faith and hope in what America could be endured.
Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. I love you very much.
Pierre Thomas, ABC News, Washington.
The Regina Pats are suddenly red-hot. Monday's tilt with the Swift Current Broncos was wild.
And now Pantelakis has a lane to the net. He's going to break away and scores. The Broncos reach.
Okay, so the Broncos led 5-3 after the first period. They squandered it. Here comes the tying goal. So off to overtime. It does nothing. Shootout. Maddox Schultz scores. Liam Pugh on his 16th birthday makes no mistake. Pew pew. Scores. Skip ahead, Sawyer Dingman, son of longtime NHLer Chris Dingman with a nice goal there. Zach Lansert going to put the Regina Pats ahead with a low glove snipe right there. Nice shot. 7 rounds. Merrick Schlenker at the chance to win it, and he does. Stops Trey Wilkie. 7-6 the final.
Breaks in and drives the inside. Wide to his left. Jacobson through traffic off a couple of bodies. They score!
Brandon Wheat Kings are red hot. They've won 4 in a row. They beat the Saskatoon Blades 3-2 on Monday.
And the Warriors, Semenuk on a 2-on-1 with Thorpe. Semenuk cross ice feed for Thorpe, but he can't get the shot away. He's down too low. Puck comes loose out front. Trefny denied by the pad of Orszalak. On a hit between a couple of...
Michael Orszalak turned aside all 21 shots he faced. Prince Albert Raiders gave him a ton of run support. 6-0 the win. Prince Albert is the first team in the East to clinch a playoff spot. They are off to the big dance. Let's talk about those roads. Much of Saskatchewan under snowfall warnings of varying degrees. We'll get to that in just a moment with Janelle Lippi. 20 to 30 centimeters of snow expected, but here's what's happening on the roads. Areas in yellow are winter driving conditions. In the red, as we focus in, those are travel not recommended. That's a big stretch of Highway 4, Highway 17, Highway 16, all the way to Maidstone from the Alberta border. So it's going to be a little bit slippery out there in some sections. And others, you can't go on at all. Trend expected to continue, Janelle, as we turn things over to you, and that system makes its way into the province.
That's right. Well, that snow is on its way, but as of right now, we aren't seeing much. Those skies are starting to get cloudy. However, let's take a look here at the current temperature, -3. Again, that wind is picking up, and we are expecting to see those scattered flurries begin a little bit later on here this morning. Over to Saskatoon, -10. Again, seeing those clouds in the sky, a little bit misty out, which of course is leading up to that big snowfall we are expecting to get here today. Let's look at our futurecast. You can see that system of snow moving through the province. This is about 7:45 here tonight. So once again, that orange snowfall warning is still in effect. That heavy snowfall is expected this morning for western Saskatchewan and this afternoon for eastern. And by Thursday morning, we could be seeing anywhere from 25 to 35 centimeters. So that is something to keep in mind. Keep your eye on that highway hotline because things are getting a little bit slippery. Now for our current temperatures throughout the province, Buffalo Narrows is at -20, Stony Rapids -37, South End -27, Spiritwood -16, Melfort and Hudson Bay both -17, the Battlefords -14, Yorkton -13, Estevan -5, East End -1, and Kindersley -7. For our highs today, those scattered flurries are across the province. The Battlefords -13, Prince Albert -15, Swift Current -1 along with Weyburn, Estevan 0, and seeing some rain coming down with those scattered flurries, which will of course make things extra slick for that surrounding area. Now for our 7-day forecast here in Regina, -3 is our high for today. We'll be reaching a low of -9, and again seeing that snow begin here later this morning. It will continue into Wednesday, where we'll be hitting about -11 for our high. minus 22 in the evening for our low. On Thursday, those skies are beginning to clear up, minus 20. So we're seeing that temperature drop quite a bit as we get later on here into the week. Friday, minus 17, Saturday, minus 15, and finally starting to see some sunshine. Over to Saskatoon, minus 8 today is the high, minus 13 is the low for tonight. Seeing those scattered flurries begin here later here this morning. On Wednesday, minus 14 is the high, minus 26 as the low, and those scattered flurries are continuing. Over into Thursday, again, seeing that temperature drop, minus 22 is the high. Friday, starting to see that sunshine peaking out, minus 19, and we're starting off the weekend on Saturday with minus 18.
This day in history, February 17th, 1970, Government of Canada banned the use of phosphates in laundry detergent. February 17, 1951, Red Wings legend and Saskatoon Hall of Famer Gordie Howe scored his 100th career goal. That happened against the Montreal Canadiens. February 17, 2010, the Canadian-owned tall ship SV Concordia sank off the coast of Brazil. Rather photogenic stowaway has been spotted on a cargo ship in Vancouver's English Bay. Take a look at this. It's trending online. It's a sea lion on the back of the ship. Can you see it?
Aw.
There he is.
Oh.
No one's sure how it got up there, but the animal seems quite content. Happy to strike a pose or two for the camera. Ship agent who noticed the sea lion last week says the vessel was traveling to BC from California, so it may have had quite a ride.
That is so sweet. What a happy little discovery.
Do you know what he was doing? He saw the ship and he said, "Are you going my way?" He's balancing a whole ship on his nose.
He is. Yeah, he's putting in the work.
Question of the day. It's Shrove Tuesday, Pancake Tuesday. So we've asked you about breakfast.
That's right, and we got some really good answers in here this morning. Carrie, who says brown sugar and cream or white sugar and lemon juice.
Keeping it fresh with
yes.
Peanut butter and warm syrup for Janet over there.
And now let's take a look at Karen, who says strawberries, whipped cream, and real maple syrup on her pancakes.
It's a shot because I like Aunt Jemima, and it's probably not real syrup, according to my wife. Choke cherry syrup on her pancakes for Debbie. Good morning.
Yum. And Taylor, who says, I would like blueberries and maple syrup on my pancakes.
I would just like pancakes delivered to the station. We're on Highway 1 East.
Yes.
Just past the Costco.
Yes, if you're feeling up to it.
You can keep the walnuts off. That's nuts, Michelle.
All right, and let's see what else we've got. Oh, yes, Tanya here with the whole recipe, but ultimately she loves choke cherry syrup.
Small novel for us. If you can squint, you can see it all.
Yeah.
If you have an 85-inch TV, though, that's nice and big.
That's great.
On your pancakes, butter, Cool Whip, honey, syrup, peanut butter, and jam for Sheldon.
And one more cinnamon and chia seeds on my pancakes, topped with plain old pancake syrup.
Butter, soft poached egg, and butter syrup on pancakes gets the approval of Bailey, our camera lady.
Yes.
Tammy sent that one in to us. It's also Bailey's birthday, so happy birthday to her. We're going to take a time out. We got your health news on the other side of this short break. A new study out of McMaster University identifies several key factors in children developing food allergies. Pauline Chan reports.
Eggs and milk are known to be common allergies early in a child's life.
Those tend to resolve by about age 6 to 8. In most individuals, about 80%.
But for the other 20%, food allergies can continue to pose a lifelong threat. McMaster researchers have been looking at 342 risk factors for babies developing food allergies.
International data, over 40 countries, and 2.8 million participants in 190 different studies.
They identified 4 factors as the most important: a family history of allergies, eczema as a baby, delayed introduction of common allergens such as eggs, peanut, or fish, and early use of antibiotics. Dr. Derek Chu says in some cases, antibiotic use in babies is essential, but in borderline cases, families and physicians should be aware it could be a factor in developing food allergies. Chu also says eczema is like a window to the immune system and an early indicator of a sensitive immune system.
What's showing in our studies that if you delay food allergen introduction it actually increases the risk quite a bit. And consequently, if you introduce early, might protect.
Food Allergy Canada says this publication confirms that food allergy development in children is influenced by multiple factors. Early introduction and continued inclusion of allergenic foods, central to our Eat Early, Eat Often guidance, has shown promising results in reducing food allergy risk. Their website offers guidelines to introduce common allergens like milk and eggs to babies between 4 and 6 months of age in the form of yogurt or mashed boiled eggs, for example, and make sure you keep them in your child's regular diet.
Risk factors are just risk factors. That means it's not a guarantee.
But he says being aware of them can allow us to monitor and tailor allergy prevention efforts for each child. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Health Report, brought to you in part by SEIU West, Saskatchewan's first healthcare union.
Next to a fascinating find at the bottom of Lake Michigan. It's been there for more than 150 years, and only now are we getting a look at it. Sophie Flay reports.
This morning, the first images of a luxury passenger steamer found at the bottom of Lake Michigan nearly 154 years after it sank.
Oh, it's beautiful. It sticks up maybe 15 foot or more off the bottom.
Shipwreck hunter Paul Ehorn just completed a nearly 60-year mission to locate the sunken passenger ship called the Lac La Belle off the Wisconsin coast. It was built in 1864.
It took just a hair under 2 hours to locate it.
Lac La Belle was really one of the more luxurious passenger steamers of her era. She had been built right after the Civil War at Cleveland, Ohio. She was particularly known for having luxurious cabin appointments. She had a ladies' lounge in the back, as well as some really ornate chandeliers and ornate furniture.
Her final voyage was October 13th, 1872, when the ship started to leak uncontrollably in heavy surf, sinking with a cargo of pork, flour, and whiskey. 8 people were killed. Dozens of others made it to shore on lifeboats.
It's pretty rare. I can't think the last time one of these, Civil War era passenger steamers was even found on the Great Lakes. It really is a nautical time capsule.
Ehorn's team initially found the wreckage in 2022, but waited to announce their discovery until they could make a 3D video model of the ship. Lac La Belle is the 15th shipwreck Ehorn has located, and he vows it won't be his last because the Great Lakes are home to anywhere between 6,000 to 10,000 shipwrecks. The cold water helps preserve them.
I don't know, just go get more. I'll probably die in that lake.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
I'm Sela, and I'm a tough old broad.
I'm Catherine Switzer, and I'm a tough old broad. I'm Sharon Farmer, and I'm a tough old broad. I promise you I'm tough.
Well, just as those 3 women tell us, they are tough old broads, and they are the subjects of a movie, a documentary with that title itself. Tough Old Broads. Stacey Tenenbaum is with us today. She is the filmmaker behind this documentary, so thank you so much for taking time for us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I know the last time we spoke with you, we were talking about the Death Tour, about wrestling, pro wrestling in Northern Canada. And this is a completely different change of pace. So in a nutshell, Tough Old Broads is about
trailblazing women, basically. Trailblazing women that are now older women. And that was really important for me, was to showcase older women still being active, still, super passionate, and really continuing their activism throughout a lifetime.
And such a diverse trio of women. We have a civil rights activist and photographer. We have a noteworthy person in terms of sport, in terms of opening doors for women, breaking that glass ceiling with regard to so many sports. And we also have an Indigenous woman from Canada who's at the forefront of fighting climate change. So what a diverse group of people. How did you find them? Because there's lots of amazing women in the world, but how did you narrow it down to these 3?
It took me a really long time, I have to admit. I was really looking for trailblazing women who were older and also still doing something now. And so I had to tick those 3 boxes first and foremost. And that helped narrow things down quite a bit. And then I also knew that I wanted to have people that were in different areas. So, you know, in sports, like things that were very, very different, sports, climate, civil rights. So, and that they had a diversity of voices, that they were all fabulous, fabulous women, but also that they had each of them accomplished meaningful change in their lifetime. And I think that's a really important takeaway from the film, is that change is possible. It might take 20 years, 10 years, 20 years. You know, Catherine Switzer has been advocating for women in sport for the past 58 years or 59 years. So, you know, it might take a long time, but change is possible. And that's what I wanted to show in the film.
And did you know any of these women personally before you started this project?
No, I didn't know any of them at all. I think Catherine Switzer is the most well-known of the three. She has that very famous picture of her being physically accosted to be pushed out of the Boston Marathon, that she was the first woman to officially run it. So I kind of had heard of her. And the other two was really just from my digging and looking for trailblazers. And I came up with Sharon Farmer, who's this amazing photographer that worked at the White House, first woman of color to work at the White House photography office and to eventually run it, which is extraordinary. And also Inuit climate activist Sheila Watt-Cloutier, who's quite well known for her work framing climate change as a human rights issue. She was nominated for a Nobel Prize. She's been working at that for years and years and years. So I kind of didn't know about them before, but I do now.
We hope that people get a chance to see this film real soon, because it's hopefully, fingers crossed, it comes out on International Women's Day on March the 8th. Once again, Tough Old Broads. Stacey Tenenbaum is the filmmaker behind this documentary. So thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thanks so much.
Just after 8:30 on your Tuesday, let's get right to your headlines. BC says portable trailers are arriving in Tumbler Ridge to allow children to return to school in the community. The new facility will set up on the grounds nearby Tumbler Ridge Elementary School. The move is the first phase in resuming classes for Tumbler Ridge secondary students. The announcement comes after the school was turned back over to the local school district when RCMP completed their investigation at Tumbler Ridge Secondary. Federal rebates for electric vehicles are back for cars assembled in Canada and countries with free trade agreements.
Every little bit helps. I'm not going to go play, that's for sure.
After a year-long pause, anyone buying or leasing an EV will get $5,000 rebate and up to $2,500 for a plug-in hybrid model. But it only applies to vehicles that cost less than $50,000 unless they're made in Canada. The motivation behind the rebates is to make the Canadian auto industry less reliant on gas-powered vehicles, but also less dependent on the U.S. Monday marked the final day for Canadians to use their Toys R Us gift cards. A judge ruled the struggling retailer could stop accepting gift cards following a 2-week period after it filed for creditor protection. So if you still got one, no good. That period has now ended. The Toys R Us began creditor protection proceedings earlier this month as it struggled to pay its bills. Hockey officials in Saskatoon blowing the whistle on parents behaving badly after a video shows a parent actually entering the ice service. Here's Allison Bamford.
It's just not great.
A reminder of what not to do at a hockey game. This video shows a parent on the ice addressing the referee during a recent Saskatoon minor hockey game.
Didn't attack him, but was still on the ice, which is totally not what anyone should be doing.
This happened to an adult official, but referee-in-chief Clint Joyce says there are many times when the young refs, 15 and under, take the heat.
It makes me sick to my stomach when I see and hear about verbal abusing kids. It's something we're trying to figure out.
Saskatoon minor hockey has a green armband policy that identifies refs under the age of 16 with zero tolerance for abuse, and new this season, a mission statement for coaches, parents, and players to abide by.
essentially it was very simple. Our team will not yell at officials before the game, during the game, or after the game.
Leagues across the country face the same issue. Earlier this month, a parent in Ontario made a throat-slashing gesture toward an on-ice official. The Northern Ontario Hockey Association condemned the behavior, saying it will take appropriate steps to address these matters, which can include lifetime bans from local arenas.
We felt that we needed to send a strong message that, it's not going to be accepted, and that it will be dealt with.
In Saskatoon, the Minor Hockey Association says coaches and players have come a long way in respecting officials, and the next step is to address parent behavior.
So we're not naive enough to think we're going to nail every single one of them, that they're all going to behave perfectly, but the idea is to reduce this to a bare minimum.
Under Saskatoon Minor Hockey's Parents Code of Conduct, a first-time offender must take a respect in sport course, and a second parent offense could result in the player being suspended, something they haven't had to do yet. Allison Bamford, CTV News, Saskatoon.
The search for Nancy Guthrie continues today as the FBI now says they've cleared the family of suspects in her disappearance. Aaron Katersky reports.
This morning, 16 days into the search for Nancy Guthrie that has turned up few real clues, investigators are awaiting the results of DNA tests on a glove found during a search near her home. The FBI says it appears to match the gloves the suspect is seen wearing while tampering with her doorbell camera. The glove contained DNA from an unknown male. The FBI will now compare it to more than 22 million samples in the national database, most from criminals.
We're just off a main thoroughfare by Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood. This is exactly the kind of spot investigators have been searching. We happened upon what looks like a black latex glove, just the kind of item investigators have been seeking.
Whoever the suspect turns out to be, the sheriff is convinced it will not be a relative of Nancy Guthrie, making clear speculation about family members is wrong. To be clear, the Guthrie family, to include all siblings and spouses, has been cleared as possible suspects in this case. The family has been nothing but cooperative and gracious and are victims in this case. To suggest otherwise is not only wrong, it is cruel. The Guthrie family are victims, plain and simple.
We still have hope, and we still believe.
In her most recent Instagram post, Savannah appealed directly to the kidnapper's conscience.
It's never too late. And you're not lost or alone. And it is never too late to do the right thing.
Investigators are focusing on what the suspect is seen wearing, using receipts and security camera footage from Walmart. The Ozark Trail Hiker pack is exclusive to the retailer, and investigators say the suspect may have purchased other items at Walmart, too.
Aaron Katersky, ABC News.
Canada's curlers are competing under cloud of controversy.
Yes, we have a rule book, but realistically, as long as everybody's just nice to each other, then the rule book almost doesn't even matter.
The stone-touching controversy came up again yesterday when Team China asked officials to keep an eye on Canada's Rachel Homan at the hog line. This after Homan had pulled the last rock against Switzerland for double touching a stone. And all of this started on the men's side after Sweden accused Canada of the infraction. After a few days of extra enforcement, officials will now only watch for double touch when another team asks. Dun, dun, dun. Snowstorm in northern Italy has thrown a wrinkle into today's Olympic schedule. Organizers have postponed all events scheduled today on the slopes. This includes the women's snowboard slope style finals and qualifying for women's and men's aerials. Snow also caused a delay in yesterday's big air final, which ended with gold for Canada's Megan Oldham. This is the medal count as we know it. 13 gold for Norway, 29 total. They lead the pack. Canada down there in about 15th, 16th place with 2 gold, 4 silver, 5 bronze, 11 total. Let's get over to other news that's just coming into our newsroom. We now know who will shake the lake in Regina this summer.
Said that we can do it. You know I want to do it again.
Sugar Ray will headline Friday night at the two-door Out Day Music Festival at the Connexus Arts Centre. They'll be joined by Honeymoon Suite. On Saturday, another all-star.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show won't get paid. All that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars bring the mode.
What I did there. Smash Mouth back on tour. They've got a new lead singer after the passing of Steve Harwell. They'll be joined by Wide Mouth Mason, 5440, and more. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. A lot of the kids will say that that's an old person's music festival, and now I'm starting to see bands that I kind of want to see, and I'm like, have I reached a certain age?
No, it looks like fun.
Careful how you answer that. I went last year. Default was phenomenal.
Oh, great. I think we should all go.
So good. What's going on with the weather? It's not so good.
It's not so good, but as of right now, we aren't seeing so much snow quite yet. Let's take a look at our morning view, which is brought to you by Affinity Wealth Management. We know investing. -3 here in Regina. We're starting to see those clouds really moving in now that that sun is up. We are expecting to see the snow begin a little bit later on here this morning. And over to Saskatoon, -10. Again, a cloudy day. This is going to continue into tomorrow as well. Now on Thursday is when we'll start to see a little bit more sunshine coming out. Let's look now at our futurecast, where we can see that system of snow. We've been talking about it all morning. We still are under the orange snowfall warning, which means heavy snowfall is expected this morning for western Saskatchewan and this afternoon for eastern. So by Thursday, we are expecting to see anywhere from 25 to 35 centimeters of snow. So this is what the next 2 days will be looking like for us with that system moving in. Now for our current temperatures here in the province, Buffalo Narrows -20, South End -27, Stony Rapids -37, Nipawin -18, Melfort -17, the Battlefords -14, Kindersley -7, Yorkton -13, Weyburn -4, Estevan -5, and East End at -1. Now for our highs today in the province, seeing those scattered flurries all the way throughout. Battleford's -13, the Prince Albert -15, Swift Current -1, along with Weyburn. Estevan 0, also expecting to see some snow showers. Now for our 5-day forecast, -3 is our high for today. We aren't seeing much for cold temperatures today. However, that will start to impact us later on in the week, as you can see here. Tomorrow, -11, and seeing those scattered flurries continue. Thursday, those skies are clearing up just a little bit, but we are reaching that -20. On Friday, we're finishing up the week with some sunshine and -17. Over to Saskatoon, -8 as that high for today, seeing those scattered flurries begin later this morning. -13 as that low for tonight. Tomorrow, those flurries are continuing with -14 as the high. Thursday, -22, and starting to see a little bit of sunshine peeking out. Now on Friday, we'll wrap up the weekend with -19. More sunshine to come, and Saturday, seeing that sunshine kicking around still with -18 as our high.
A winter staple returned to Saskatoon just in time for Family Day. Hallie Mandrick reports.
Wintershine has returned to Saskatoon for its 13th year.
It's just a great positive way for the community to come together. We usually have some things that are traditional that people seem to want year after year, but we always try to introduce something new.
The week-long festival showcases a number of winter-themed events for families to stop by and enjoy. Outdoor programming features ice sculptures, games, and an ice slide for visitors to try. For those wanting to warm up, there are a number of indoor activities as well. One particular program highlighted the theme of this year's festival, Footsteps and Stories.
It's actually quite lovely to realize our footprint, animals' footprint all together, and to put them on the canvas as a total vision.
By the end of the week, this wall is intended to be full of tracks created by visitors alongside the work from the artists and residents. creating a piece of art that represents both the event and the people who visit.
So it's quite sweet to realize how people describe their identities through visual arts, through those footprints join.
The event also features a significant amount of free programming. Ali says that having no entry cost for the festival feels very important.
We work hard on making sure this is accessible to the large majority of our community so that people can simply come down and enjoy this space that we're providing with their families and get to know one another a little bit better.
Wintershines will be running until Saturday with different programming available each day. Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
On Valentine's Day, Regina community members gathered at the YMCA for the Quackatoos Boys group and dance troupe. Through 6 members putting on performances, about 25-30 family members singing, spreading their love of music.
The singing is a part of who we are, right? So where there's drumming, there's singing, there's dancing. And when we all sing, we get together, we sing, and we harmonize together. You know, it's very healing for all of us. And again, all of the songs that we sing, you know, it goes straight up to the Creator, and the Creator blesses us in a good way.
Wintershine Heritage Centre in Saskatoon hosting a sweetheart dance. It was a chance to learn some of the history of the event, have some fun, and encourage relationships between Indigenous communities.
That is honestly the goal, to reach out to so many people, because it creates an opportunity for us to come together to even just learn more about all the different cultures and teachings that are represented here at Wintershine. And it also helps those who may not know their culture very well to have an opportunity to know this is a place they can come to learn those things.
Oscar-winning actor Robert Duvall has died. Duvall's wife says he passed peacefully at his home in Virginia at the age of 95. Danny New with his life and legacy.
A performer with so much range. In one iconic role, he's a country singer.
They shot Sonny on the causeway.
And in another, he's the Corleone family lawyer. This morning, we are remembering the life and legacy of actor Robert Duvall, who has passed away at the age of 95.
How'd you get it? Writing songs.
Duvall won an Academy Award for playing that country singer, Max Sledge, in the film Tender Mercies. Actually, that might explain why. When he won, Dolly Parton was so excited to call his name.
Hey, Boo.
However, Duvall did not need to sing or even speak in his very first movie, as he embodied the misunderstood but well-intentioned neighbor Boo Radley in 1960's To Kill a Mockingbird. From there, he would begin taking on memorable supporting roles in films like MASH.
It's good business, Tom. I'll try.
The first 2 films in the Godfather trilogy.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
And of course, Apocalypse Now, where he said one of the most famous lines in the history of cinema.
This set belly aching.
He disappeared into so many characters, and yet when he spoke with ABC in 2014, he said becoming these characters was not all about make-believe.
It's a life that you have to create from yourself, not from out here, from yourself.
Overnight, we're hearing from many of his former colleagues, like his co-stars from the Godfather movies. Robert De Niro saying, "God bless Bobby," and Al Pacino adding, "His understanding and his phenomenal gift will always be remembered. I will miss him." Meanwhile, his co-stars from some of his last films are also honoring Duvall. Oscar winner Viola Davis writing on social media, "I've always been in awe of your towering portrayals." And Adam Sandler writing, "So many movies to choose from that were legendary. Watch them when you can." Duvall frequently said his favorite role was in the TV Western miniseries Lonesome Dove, which he referred to as his Hamlet. He also said he loved that he got to ride a horse in it, which he was certainly known to do on his farm in Virginia. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Hey, it's Chase from Pure Country Mornings back again to count down to this week's top 5. Dropping a little bit from last week, but still in the top 5. They'll start us off, Parmalee and Cowgirl.
I fell in love with a cowgirl.
He's going to be at Country Thunder this summer. Cannot wait. Max McNown, Better Me For You is your number 4 song this week.
Better me for you.
Up 2 spots from last week, it's Shabuzi and Jelly Roll with Amen, landing at 3. Ella Langley fallen from the top spot. Still doing well for herself, though, at number 2 with Choosing Texas.
It's choosing Texas, I can tell.
And your brand new number 1 was just through Saskatoon. It is Hardy. Favorite country song is this week's top 1.
My favorite country song.
Thanks for counting down this week's top 5. Catch all of these and the rest of your favorites with the new and improved iHeartRadio app. And find us there, Pure Country 92.7.
Okay, so something called the Storybook Dog Bus turns heads. It helps rescue dogs and finds them their forever homes. NBC's Caitlin Ross has more.
It's a tale as old as time.
Let's go!
The kind of love that starts with a wagging tail and ends with an open door and a promise of adventure.
We have a pointer, a Newfoundland, and a giant schnauzer.
Because sometimes the best adventures begin before you even know where you're going.
Who's ready? Come on, guys, let's go!
All aboard the Storybook Dog Bus, where that fairy tale comes to life. With any good story, there has to be a main character.
I'm the teacher, aka pack leader, and you have to tell them no, sit down, be quiet. It's the same thing, just with a bunch of rowdy dogs. Come on, good job!
Erin just started driving the bus in April, and she already has a wait list. She drives 8 different routes, and the dogs are paired up based on size and temperament.
Yes, there's several of them that have strong personalities. The little dogs have way more attitude than the big dog.
They're all characters, and many of them have developed huge followings online after their trips around town. With the wind in their fur and the sun on their face, these pups were born to be stars.
We drive through downtown Woodstock, and it is like the paparazzi is what I like to call them.
Oh my God, is that the Storybook bus? Because I recognize it from Facebook.
The bus has gone viral, with people all over the country following along on their adventures.
We'll pull up at a red light, and I have 3 people that are just in awe and yelling, hey, hey, hey. I've had people chase me down, make me stop, just so that they could say hello to the dog. Come on, boys, come on, let's go!
In that viral love is now helping the underdogs.
This is little Georgia. She is our latest rescue. Say hi, Georgia. She has crazy teeth.
People who follow the bus online helped save Georgia after she was being neglected.
They covered her vet bills within an hour of me posting about her. She's pretty much set for life.
She now brings shelter dogs along for the ride, giving them visibility, connection, and a real shot at finding their forever homes. Now, every stop is more than a ride.
It's this way, come on!
It's a chance for a shelter dog to be noticed,
They're so cute!
loved, and finally taken home.
You can see it in their eyes. They're just so grateful and happy that they got another chance in life. All right, guys, here we go.
A second chance and a happy ending.
That's a rough assignment for that reporter.
I know, rough. That was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Right? We should get something like that going.
Yes.
I've been working on getting a Humane Society in Regina to name all their a litter of animals for us.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
So look out for that.
Yep. It's going to be the saddest kitty you've ever seen. It's going to be named Janelle. Let's get over to our sidebar. Laura, what do you got for us?
Okay, well, speaking of disappointing, some places have snow that you can jump into, but others, you kind of have to squint to see it. These kids are in Texas, and they're still having fun with their version of a snowfall, which isn't very much at all, but that's a dusting of snow. There really isn't much, but they're all bundled up, and they're playing anyways.
Who does the human light bright think he's going to sneak up on?
Light
in that
bright.
jacket? Like, what's going on?
Very sneaky. I can't see them.
Oh, I can't see the rainbow chameleon coming at me. Also, this guy's so scared he's diving out of the way.
But it looks very icy. Can we just,
that's probably true.
That's a hazard.
It is time to say farewell to the year of the snake. This is in Beijing, where many people are gathering to celebrate the year of the fire horse. Meanwhile, in Vietnam, the Lunar New Year marked with powerful, colorful colors, fireworks. The Lunar New Year coincides with the first new moon of the lunar calendar. It's a 15-day festival. Each year is associated with one of the 12 signs of the Chinese zodiac. The horse, by the way, symbolizes characteristics like vitality and confidence, two things Janelle does not lack.
Well, depends on the day. This is beautiful, though.
Stunning pictures. Absolutely.
Gorgeous.
Dragons are so cool anytime you get to see those.
They are. Absolutely, they are. I love that, too. Just everybody coming together.
15 days.
Fun. 15 days,
Like,
yeah.
whatever, it's like half a month. Let's just celebrate.
Why not?
Why not?
You might as well. Something new every day.
Okay, so maybe you need a coffee with a kick. Here's one in Montreal. So you're just going in for your cup of coffee, and then all of a sudden you realize there's a live DJ, and the party's on. Let's get going on this Tuesday.
When you accidentally enter a rave.
It's just, yeah.
I love when that happens.
I know that's happened to me before. See you on your Wednesday tomorrow. Enjoy that snow out there today.